Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me? Welcome to Metal Mondays, light on the down low. What is going on? Crispy Critter, Nuts for Knives, D Metal. Hi, guys. Brandon Sutton and Robert Douglas was here earlier. I think we'll get some people in here. El Cap Addict, how are you, my friend? Great to see all you guys on a My Carta Metal Monday. I hope everybody's week's starting off great. What is up, Dwayne Letterman and One Moon? Glad to see you guys. I hope everybody's week is just rocking along. Mark H., welcome, brother. Hopefully we'll have a few guests stop in here in a little while. We'll hang out. Is my audio okay? And out of curiosity, is there audio in the room? I don't hear it, but it's allegedly playing, I believe. I'm just learning this StreamYard, guys. It's definitely whack. That's great, Crispy. Thank you, brother. You guys always keep me straight. Thanks, D-Metal. So while we wait for people to join, I'm just going to real quickly run through my carry and then see what you guys carried. I carried my little 3-inch XM18 with the micarta scale in Battle Black in my right pocket. And I actually worked in the office today. And then I snuck in my left pocket. I carried my S90V full flat grind little chickadee that I picked up from Brother Honey Bear, who made me just an excellent deal on this and an Oak City leather sheath. And then I got the little scales, the micarta scales from Jacob Creates, and I've got the G scales sitting by that it came with because they're real nice too. But I thought it was kind of interesting because I hadn't been in the Tina Turner. How are you? I just got older. Hopefully he'll be able to join us. He was working some deadlines. But the newer chickadee that Lefty sold me, I didn't reverse my damn mirror, so my camera, I'm all screwed up. But if you'll notice, the one on top has a 3/4 flat grind, where the one on the bottom has that full flat. So I'm going to end up cutting my hand off trying to hold them. All right, I'm going to have to flip my camera. Sit tight, people. What is up, Semper Fi? Vince. Nice to see you guys. Let me see if I can flip my screen around, what all that's going to do to me. Screw it. I'll just get used to it. So again, that one's 3/4 flat. But the one I carry today is the OG full flat S90V. So guys, what'd you all carry on a Monday, getting your week started? Oliver Twist, welcome. Vince, if I do, I will definitely let you know. I've kind of fallen very smitten with them and have started to really dive into seeking them out. There's about to be another drop, as a matter of fact, on I want to say it's River's Edge Cutlery, where Jacob's been dropping them. I did not think when Lefty first posted it, I laughed at him. I made fun of him in the comments. And now, I mean, literally, it's not just this knife. The chickadee's great. The chickadee's probably, as far as a EDC fixed blade, it's definitely my number one. But I've got several that are inbound. Howdy, Michael Morgan. Welcome. Semper Fi is a channel member too, my brother Vince. Thank you, Vince, for that. I appreciate it. I forget what I'm looking at. This is my first little J-Cow from Jacob Creates, my little small chisel grind. I want to say it's right under 6 inches. Right about 6 inches overall. And then the little blade is a little over 2.5. Cutting edge is about 2.25. And then the neat thing about this is from the choil where your grip is, you've got a full 3.5 inch handle. So for me, that's a full 4-finger grip with the way the back of the butt is angled. It goes right into my hand. So long story short, I've got a Tonto version of this. Not a Tonto, it's actually a cleaver, a little cleaver style that's about this size, maybe just a skosh smaller, and it's a Wharncliffe with a little mini triangular top, because he can make these blanks that he's making and do any type of blade shape that you want. As I go backwards, I need to keep my hand away from blades. But I'm starting to really love my small fixies. Brandon Sutton. So what did everybody carry today? Have I missed people's carried after I asked? Let me go up here and see. Crispy Critter carried the off-grid Scorpion Blackout V2. Pokey stabby kind of day. I feel ya. Patina Turner said he could probably talk with Jacob for you, Vince. God, it's great to have a community of people working around each other. Make sure I didn't miss anybody's. El Cap Addict, I love them. I've got 2 more coming. I've got cat hair hanging out of it. And guys, he does such a good job. I don't know if y'all were here Friday night when my buddy A to Z EDC stopped by, and he had just gotten in his package from Jason, and we opened it on live. And that was a bigger knife. It was actually the Doom. It was the number 2 Doom edition, which was just badass. Hello, Autumn Wind. Good evening, Kyle Coonley. How are you, my brother? Ed Harrison, the man, the myth, the legend. My brother. How are you guys? I'm just going through seeing if I missed carries here. Patina Turner, channel member. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you. Demonoc is a channel member. I appreciate you, brother. Tina Turner. Okay, I'm not seeing carries, guys. Oh, okay, Williams. Michael Morgan carried the Williamson Chibs liner lock in 14C today. I'm gonna have to Google that right now. Very nice. I'm learning something. I'm about to pull it up in a second. I'm going to see if I'm on the right. Mark H., what fixed blades you looking for, buddy? What size? What style? I think fixed blades, and I'll be honest with you guys, because I carry them in my left pocket, and little knives, this is kind of on the big side because it's still a very small knife, but it's a 3-finger knife. And I carry this one on my belt, scout carry. This is a little Brissa. But when I carry a small fixie on me, and this, I just drop in my left pocket, even though it's got a way to scout carry it. But this is the little Guardian 3 that I traded Shane for. But I find myself when I'm making my just daily cuts, which for me is like cutting open Amazon packages. Autumn Wind carried the Axon in cut carbon fiber. Nice. I was actually flipping my micarta Axon liner lock today for micarta Monday. And before you guys joined me here, I was flipping my MKM Turbo. One Moon carried the J Cape, a Nefarious Artco pick, and Dylan Grace Ronin Mako on my bag for today. Very nice. J Cape has still not found its way into my collection. I've got to get one. What is up, Mr. Michael Honey Bear? I was bragging on you earlier, my friend. How are you, brother? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Grumpy Grunt, how are you, my friend? Welcome. I did not know if anybody was going to show up just because I didn't know what, Monday nights are kind of crazy for people. And I know Pocket Metal does a great job. And I hope he actually gets drug away from the computer. I've sent him the link and tried to tease him, but he's really hard at it, making things happen. Demonaut carried the Real Steel Sakara and PM2 and M4. Nice, nice. If I make it till May 17th, I will have 8 years without drinking, and that's just on me. That's not anything. I love alcohol. I think it's a great thing. I was just not, I wasn't a pleasant person. I wasn't my best self. Thank you, Ed Harrison, new member. I appreciate you, brother. That Spyderco Air is wicked. Dang, Ross. Welcome, buddy. Scott Ian. Welcome, buddy. So, guys, is everybody having a good week? 3 to 4 inch. I don't have it with me, but I'm going to pull it up here on the website. I'm going to pull up this. This is the first small fixie I got, and I can probably tell me if you like the looks of this. Whoops. I don't like that picture because that's got an orange scale. Let me find it. Here we go. All right, guys, I am going to share the screen real quick. And this is for Brother Mark H. We're going to try to find him a small fixed blade. Have one show up for him. Let's see if I can get this shared. See that little guy right there? That little chode, they're sitting next to a penny. So it is about, I would say, a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch shorter than, or smaller. It's 5.3 centimeters. That's not going to help us. I've got to go back to inches. But it is a great little knife. The sheath is fantastic, has fantastic retention. Blade 2.09, overall length 4.5. Is that too small, Mike, or is that something you're thinking about? Because I can show you one that's bigger. I think it's the TS 246. Nope. Nope. All right, this little guy right here, and I know these aren't in stock right now, but they will be. This one's a little bit bigger. This is M390 and micarta, and it is 5.43 overall, but it's got a 2.5-inch blade. Little drop point. But I've got that little guy, contoured handles. I mean, 54 bucks, 55 bucks, and then you put in Lefty 10 or Tri-State 10 or Stella or somebody, and you get a 10% off, and it's under 50 bucks. To me, I just found it crazy. So let me show you a couple of other ones that I picked up. Because I was not sure I was going to even carry a fixed blade as part of my daily. I did not think it would fit into my urban carry style, right? But when they did, I started getting more and more. Let's see. All right, that's jacked me out. How did I get away from my two sons? Did I spell it wrong? Here we go. All right, so that's the little TS150 like we were just looking at, but that's a Damascus one. So the G10 in S90V is like 45 bucks, and this is just a little guy. But it comes with that Kydex sheath that you can put a loop on. What I do with mine is I just took this clip off, and I just drop it in my left pocket. Bloop. It's a pocket dropper. And then this guy's kind of on the bigger side. I passed on this one the last time it was in stock because these come in stock every couple of weeks. But if you guys are looking for kind of I'd say a medium-sized fixed blade, this one's 7.4 inches with a 3.3-inch blade. You know, it's still small. It's still EDC size, probably about the size of my Turbo. You know, it'll be a handful of a knife, but still, it's got a pocket dropper, or you could put loops on it. But I was amazed at some of the small knives that Tucson made, because these are all the TS150s and S90V. And I don't buy the Damascus S90V, but that's just me. I saw this little guy, but it's never been in stock. I would probably grab it just because I think it looks cool. And it's 2.4 inches, 4.92, so right under 5 inches. S90V, look at that little guy. It's like the other one I've got where the scales kind of sit proud on top of that tang. But the Tucson Fixies are a great place to start if you're not sure if you're going to want to carry a fixed blade every day. I picked this little guy up because I love the blade. It's not very comfortable in the hand because I like the scales that are more contoured, that flush up to the tang, as opposed to sitting just on top of the tang. Even though this has a really good finger choil, a deep hollow grind, 14C28N, it's right at 5 inches, under 40 bucks before you put your 10% code in there, and that's shipped. And then the other little one I got, this is the one we just looked at. I've not gotten this little cleaver, but it's cool. It's actually in stock for 30 bucks before. Look at that little chode. Somebody ought to grab that. Overall length 3.11. That thing is tiny, guys. The blade is 1.30. That is whack. To get back in the chat. Let me get out of this crazy fixed blade rabbit hole. It's cost me enough money already. Let me get back in the chat. I'm sorry, guys. I've got a squirrel brain. I've been working all day. I've got an open knife in my left hand, too. I've got to be careful not to accidentally stab myself in the crotch as I... Thank you, Jeffrey Dawson, new member. I appreciate it, brother. I've got to get better at this. Got channel members Michael Morgan, Patina Turner, Vinci, the Simplify Guy, Mr. Mike Ye, the Knife Inquisitor, El Cap Addict. I appreciate all you guys. Jeffrey Dawson, Grumpy Grunt, Dana Knock. It almost embarrasses me when I see that you guys have joined the channel, but I do definitely appreciate it. And I promise that I will continue to make it better. We will have fun. Yeah, so Tucson 150, Mark H. Send me a DM on Instagram, brother. Mike, yay! Thank you, dude. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate you. Tree stabbing Troy. Tyler Stees. Thank you for joining, my man. Dang, Ross. All these channel members. How am I missing this? I got to get caught up. Tactical Terry. The G3S. I love that knife. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So, and we got to find a giveaway knife for tonight too. So I'll do that at some point when we have some people jump in so that y'all have somebody to entertain you. There's so much positive in the community. Hey, blood brother, you don't ever have to feel guilty about that. The positivity is, you know, for a lot of years, I wasn't always positive. I've got, you know, like all of us, we've all got our past and our warts, right? But with age and wisdom, that's why they say that wisdom's wasted or age is wasted on the young or something like that. Wisdom's wasted on the young. I forget what that saying goes like because I'm brain dead. But I just learned that kindness is easier on me. So it's kind of selfish that I try to preach and practice kindness because it actually is kind of a selfish way for me to stay sober. Tom Weingart, welcome, brother. Ghost Malone, EDC. Welcome, my man. Yeah, the way I look at it, it just takes so much less negative energy. And I still get pissed off. Y'all see me in the chats. I've been sarcastic. I've been nasty. And I feel bad about it, you know. Not bad about enough to sometimes go and apologize, which would... Tyler Stees, thank you, brother, for joining up. I need to get my YouTube window up. Ed gifted memberships. Ed, you didn't have to do that, brother. 5 memberships gifted by Ed Harrison, and I didn't even thank him. Guys, I promise I'm not being a Rudy. I'm just trying to learn how this all works. Thank you, Ed. I appreciate you, my brother. The last time I drank 2 of these on Pocket Metal Show, and I won't drink the second one tonight because the second one I opened, I think, at about 11 o'clock. And it's not like an energy drink. It's like a cup of, well, it's like a cup of coffee and a bunch of B12, which I guess is kind of like an energy drink. That was way cool of you, Ed. And if any of you guys want to jump on here, you guys, I've got a little crew that y'all are welcome on anytime. And all you got to do is let me know. And if you're not a moderator, let me look. Because I try to let everybody be moderators until they abuse the power so that they can promote links and do cool stuff. Let's see. As I chase y'all down to make you moderators. Tom, you are a moderator, buddy, so you can post anything that you guys... Bluminati, you're a moderator. Grumpy's been a moderator. Brother Demonox a moderator. I know Mike Ye's a moderator. Robert Douglas, I'm going to make you a moderator. Vince gifted 2 memberships. Thank you, Vince. Guys, how am I missing this stuff? Vince, 5 memberships. Y'all donate to Vince's raffle. I will do it right now, my brother. Y'all continue to talk amongst yourselves while I try to multitask. what I'll start doing is I can start singing during the breaks when I'm trying to multitask, and then y'all will be like, no, we'll just talk amongst ourselves. All right, Vince, you got it, my brother. And GP, Grateful Panda is going to try to join us, and said Stevie had just gotten off work. I think he said he might try to pop in. And then Nancy, Ian G was going to maybe jump in. And Ed Harrison, if you'd like to come in, brother, let me know. And you can be wearing a shirt or not. That's up to you. We don't judge here. Everyone is welcome. I love every one of y'all. And I know where some of you guys live. I don't know how many of y'all live on the east side of the Mississippi, or if y'all are planning on trying to come to Atlanta in June to Blade Show. But I've been looking forward to that for a year. Since I left, I had no idea the impact that 3 days, well, I say 3 because I didn't make it over there Sunday, 2 days of Blade Show, 2 days and 2 nights, the kind of impact that would have on me. I don't think I could name everybody I could meet, but I could definitely tell you it's worth the trip, and the knives are just a small part of it. Robert's probably my age. I can remember the Ollie Spinks fight. So did everybody get your carries up there? I probably missed them. And if I scroll back, I'll surely miss something. Demonoc, where is the USN? Howdy, Mike Jernak. You're a moderator, buddy. You should have a wrench now. Where is your wrench? You should have a wrench. Doomsday Scout. Too busy fighting the power. I love it. See, that's the other thing. When I come over here and try to do the YouTube chat, I can't highlight comments. Damn it. Yeah, I saw Vince's post. He's gonna hopefully jump up here in a second, and I cannot believe the generosity that comes out of that dude. I'll tell you where I stay when I go to Atlanta is a small town called LJ in the mountains of, I guess you'd call it Northeast Georgia. About an hour outside of Blade, which kind of sucks because I would have liked to have stayed later, past, because at midnight it's still going strong. But we'd head back. Blue Ridge Mountains, exactly, Ghost Malone. LJ, and it's famous for this apple festival that they do every year. Let me make you a moderator, Ghost Malone. That way, whoop. Oh, see, I almost, guys, and this is just me, I almost put Brother Ghost Malone in timeout because I'm not in the YouTube window to make him a moderator, which you're a moderator now. And I'm going to jump out of here. And before I say I'm about to make you a moderator, somebody scream no in the chat because I'm probably about to put you accidentally in timeout. Jeffrey Dawson carried his Zoomazon today with his low drag jack. J. Cal and his new Lancelot leather sheath. Joe, Master Joda, you guys are in front of me on the sheaths. I've got 2, and one of them is for my little J. Cal. Master Joda is gonna, if he doesn't run out of clips again, because I knew he had a lot of orders backed up, and he's gonna make me a dropper for my little MW Steelworks. These guys are out of Pendleton, South Carolina, and I was at Traditional Pocket Knives looking to buy a Ohio River Jack. I was going to get my first slip blade, and I scrolled down through the Traditional Pocket Knives exclusives, and they had these little fixed blades on sale, and they've got them in this drop point. And I hate to even say this because I'm going to end up going back and buying one, and they've got some in a Wharncliffe, and they're the drop point you can get in this Arctic carbon fiber on sale for like $128. I think it's RWL steel. And for $101, you can get this knife, or you can get the Wharncliffe, or they make a Wharncliffe XL that has about an additional ½ inch on the handle. So I need sheaths for both of those guys. So if anybody sees Joe, he does some beautiful work, Jeffrey. And I know that he's busy because he told me that he'd let me know. And I don't want to, I don't want to push it. And what I'd really love to have that I don't have yet is, I know they're on sale, Tactical Terry. I heard that. And I'm trying to be responsible. What I did 2 weeks ago, I've been very responsible in trying to control my knife addiction. Blue and Ninja carried the Black Kaiser Mini Paragon, the Black Kaiser Baby, which is one that I really think is cool. Here is our friend Ian G, a Macard Opinion, the Jack Wolf Knives Vampire Jack, Sin Cut Krill. Can you hear me, buddy?
Hey, what's going on? Yeah.
Good to see you.
Can you hear
Devo
me?
Growler. I can hear you perfectly, as always. Cool. Devo Growler, Beyond EDC Night Horse, Top Dog Hank, and Jake Swanky Jank. Jay and Touchwood, and Big Red's EDC Challenge Coin. Bluminati, that's the coolest carry yet. And I don't have a Jack Wolf's knife. I do not own a slip joint, but I will. And I might have to with that Ohio River Jack being $100 before discount. I might have to go.
Is that on sale?
It is. I'll end up cutting myself. How have you been, Ian?
Been good. Hanging in there.
Did you have a brutal
How about
Monday? Oh, dude, just coming off of a Monday.
It's always a brutal Monday.
I don't know why that is. Which two? Did you get the link, Vinny? I know you've got. Did you see what Vince has got going on Instagram? What his giveaway is?
No.
Dude, tickets to Blade Show. He's already bought the tickets, and then nightly lodging.
Wow.
Vince is just going DKSFS.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm absolutely in no rush. I just wanted to say, hey, John, send me your knives. And early on when Joe first started with Lefty, because I was talking about my, I used to fish all the time, Mike Douglas, or Robert Douglas, I'm sorry. And one of my favorite little fixies, if I could find it in the dark here, is my bull trout. That's an economical little tops with a great finger choil. But I used to fish all the time. I've still got my fishing stuff. I just have not wet a hook in 8 years, 9 years. I took my daughter fishing. Probably was the last time that I went fishing.
I plan to do some fishing when it gets a little warmer out.
Do you fish?
It's been a while for me. Yeah, not much of a professional or anything, but it's fun to take the kids out.
Yeah, that's not the point. Is just going and doing, right? I mean, I never did it from a boat. Well, I did when we had a little hunting cabin. I did it from a canoe with the trolling motor. And I'll tell you a funny story. Most of the fishing I did was some light bass fishing. I never caught dick. But then we do a lot of brim fishing when they were on bed. And I forget, it was a Daiwa Micro. Do you remember those? You probably weren't born yet. But they had these little ultralight rod and reels. And I had a little spinner. They had the closed reel, but I had a little mini spin caster that was like that big. And the rod was tiny. So it was an ultralight graphite rod. And it was a kit that you'd put together. And I would sit in that canoe with the trolling motor. And I would throw this little jig. and I'd work it from the shallows and catch brim all day long. Well, I was hit something and I thought it was a bass, so I yanked it, and all of a sudden it started swimming towards my canoe from the bank, and my rod was just bending, broke, done. The half that, because it went together in two parts, fell under. I finally found it, but it had broken my rod, but it was a carp that I snagged. It was the back of a big ass nasty carp, and I thought I'd hook this like lunker bass. That sounds painful.
Yeah, I thought I was going to get into fishing for a minute, and I watched a bunch of videos and stuff, and I ended up, this rabbit hole led to a boat that I have in my garage. It looks like a hot tub, like this round, literally like it looks like a floating hot tub. And the claim to fame, the claim to fame is it's supposed to be like unsinkable. They have a video with this guy. It's called a roundabout. And this guy's on it, like big guy, and he's like, rocking it back and forth, and it's getting like almost like completely vertical, but he's like, you can't sink this freaking thing. And it's got a little trolling motor on it and stuff. And so I bought this thing, got it all decked out, loaded it up the back of my truck, and I went out into the river and freaking putted around with this trolling motor for, 45 minutes, and ended up running the trolling motor completely dead on the battery, because it was just a nickel metal hydride, the car battery. Ran flat.
Can I share it with the tribes so they can see what you're talking about?
They're pretty cool, yeah.
I was about to say, why in the world, I could see being stranded trying to paddle that would suck, but why in the world are you not in that every minute of free time that you got?
I know. I need to get out on that thing again.
It looks like an absolute man island. Is yours a single like that with a single raised chair?
This is exactly the one I have there, yeah. Same color and everything.
And dude, if you wanted to, you could go down the trolling motor rabbit hole, and you could get one that you could kick in with your feet, or is that a control that's coming off your seat for the trolling motor?
You just hold. Well, no, you just reach behind you and hold the little thing and steer it with the trolling motor there.
Dude, but you can do better than that. You can get one of those trolling motors.
Well, I ran it flat and completely got stranded, and I was like, shit. And so that was like before 2 years ago, and I've had it sitting ever since. I've since upgraded and got a lithium, like a legit, really high capacity battery for it. So I should be able to run like 4 times as long. And I know not to just take it for a joyride. It's meant to just take you out to the middle of a lake or something, or, wherever you want to go fishing, and then take you back. It's not meant to go like joyriding like I was doing, So I think I've got it figured out. I just haven't gone back out.
You can't go joyriding unless you take an extra battery, or you take an extra trolling motor, or you go big, because E&G goes big. And let's look at this motor that's made for pontoon boats, but would probably be just dandy on the roundabout.
I like Bettina's idea. Put a little tiki hut on that thing and drink mojitos while you're on there.
Or you could put a gas motor on that bad boy too, I would think. A little gas motor. I
like the idea of just loading up the batteries, man. Because it's got those three little... You got those 3 compartments. I could put like 6 freaking lithium batteries on that thing and run for hours. You could run it all day.
Well, you're not going to be gone, like you said, that long, but I think it'd be cool to have a battery or two, and just to be able to, like you say, get somewhere where the fish are, where the people aren't. That's, to me, it's not about being a pro fisherman. It's having a place to chill, get your nature on, kind of exhale, and just hope you don't hook yourself. Look into an EcoFlow generator.
Oh, what's that?
I'm Googling it.
So my idea was I would be out there every other weekend with doing some me time, reconnecting with nature, and just relaxing and, whatever. And I, of course, here I am 2.5, 3 years later, whatever. Maybe been 3 years at this point, and I haven't even taken it out but that one time. So that's how my brain...
Does it have a little trailer?
I was just loading it in the back of my truck, but they do have like a... I'll have to get... Because in my truck now I've got a camper shell, like a camper. And so I'll probably have to get that little. It's like a trailer hitch type attachment or something. I've got like the swing out doors on my tailgate, so I could probably rig some sort of mount to those, but I haven't figured that out. Last when I brought it out, I just threw it in the back of the truck, and it was kind of in there, sideways, just kind of hanging out.
Well, that's
But
probably
it was
been
fine.
why you haven't taken it out again, because you've been
Yeah.
prohibited from it. And you're like me. I'm assuming you're like me. I'll go down a rabbit hole. I think it's my ADHD and the fact that I'm not
Yep.
buying a Hinder a day in pain pills. But I went down the guitar effects rabbit hole before COVID hit.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit. And it's so funny because I can't even remember the name of the store in Nashville, Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee, that all my gear was coming from, because they had it wasn't even called Sezzle. You could buy a $400 pedal, give them your debit card or your credit card. They would take it out in 4 equal payments.
There you
every
go.
2
Yeah.
weeks. Guess what? COVID hit. They stopped that. They wanted you to apply for credit because they wanted, you could still pay it off, but I wasn't going to do that because to me it was convenience, right? And I figured this is nothing for me to buy this $400 pedal. It's a $100 pedal. It's not a $400 pedal. So I bought the board too. I've got a full pedal board now, more than I have when I played professionally. And I don't even play. It's all now covered up, in mint condition. If anyone is looking for a Jerry Garcia rig, let me know. But so they quit doing that. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to buy Guitar Effects. Sweetwater had the same deal, but it wasn't. And they said it was because COVID, that they were not sure what was going to happen to their liquidity. And I didn't know what that meant. I felt like they were taking advantage of me. So somewhere along there, I think I've remembered that MC was the first video I watched. Uh-oh. I got to send you a link. Or are you too tired? If you extracted semen, I'm trying to think how many you probably had to suck off 10? Holy smokes. Shane, I'm sending you a link.
You were reading between the lines there. I didn't get that he blew the bowl at all.
He did. I think that's how he extracts the semen. I think he does. I think he holds it he holds it in his mouth, and then the cocoon leaves and said, "Look."
Oh no, that's rough.
Why is he not showing up? There he is. Boom. I know you probably won't join, but you got a link there. Goober in your IG. But so, was y'all's weather nice this weekend? It was like 78 degrees here in North Alabama.
I can't say that it was. It was typical Oregon, gloomy and rainy, but we did get out and do some stuff indoors. Went down to the expo center with the kids, and they had it was like wine and seafood festival down there. And it was mostly wine, mostly spirits and whatnot. And they were like charging for samples and stuff. And it was crowded as hell, but we still managed to have a good time.
Mom and Dad had a good time and the kids stayed busy and got tired?
Yeah, you know what's the weirdest thing? And I'm like, this is like a business venture idea almost. But the hit of the show was this lady that was selling, I'm not sure if you're a big candy aficionado or anything, but she literally was selling store-bought like candy, like Skittles, sour Skittles, and different kinds of candy. What was it? Mambas and Haichu, and just regular types of candy you'd buy off the shelf. And she had taken it and freeze-dried them. And so it was crazy, man. And so it was like 3 ounces of Skittles that she had taken. I mean, probably the weight was more before she freeze-dried it, but was selling these little packs of freeze-dried candy for $8 a pack. And I'm like, what a fucking brilliant, idea for a business. But it was phenomenal. Like, everyone was going nuts for it. They're like crunchy Skittles, like.
So do you suck them or do you chomp them? I'm trying to think what would happen to a Skittle if you extracted the moisture out of it.
Yeah,
I didn't think there was much in it.
Bizarre. I'll have to go get one and show you. I've got some of the Haichu still, but they're all like exploded, like they're blown up. And I guess you could kind of like rehydrate them. Like if you left them in your mouth, they would sort of start to like turn back to the original candy or whatever. But no, we were just like crunching them and stuff. And yeah, we had their little cousins with us and stuff, and we spent like $50 on freeze dried candy. It was freaking awesome.
And y'all probably weren't the only people. How are you, Ian?
Oh, no.
Coates?
Yeah, they were lined up.
Fun, man.
Yep.
Dude, I'll tell you what. The weather was gorgeous here. Grateful Panic worked his ass off Friday and Saturday. They had the Comic-Con festival down at Low Mill where he works. So he was like mingling with a bunch of furries and stayed. They had an after party Saturday night where he, he might have played furry for all I know. But then Sunday we were so beat because I think I didn't finish my statement about drinking too much of that coffee. I didn't sleep the other night. I literally could not fall asleep. I sat on the couch, waited for my Ambien to kick in. It didn't kick in. I was watching videos. I came over. I shot a video like at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, it may be good morning, afternoon, or evening. Whenever you're watching this, I'm thinking nobody's watching it at 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm shooting it, Just nuts. But so Sunday, I was so low key. I didn't take advantage of any of the weather. I should have been out skating. Hopefully I'll do that next weekend. I figure I've got all spring to deal with that, which in Alabama, unfortunately, spring's like a week. It goes straight from cold to hot.
Yeah, everyone at work when I was logged on was bragging about how nice the weather was. We're like, yeah, we didn't get any of that, but that's all right.
But you were out of town, right?
This weekend, no, we were in town, but we're indoors, so it's fine.
Well, yeah, but you were doing freeze-dried candy and spirits, man. You can't beat that outside. And again, it can be gloomy because I think Oregon, you guys have the best laws ever.
Pretty relaxed on a lot of stuff, that's for sure.
Bud, have you cooled down yet? How are you, brother? Have y'all seen Bud eating Mateo's jerky yet? Taking the challenge?
I started to watch it. I didn't get all the way through, though. How did he do?
Doom, I'm sending you a link. You don't have to come on.
If he's recovered from the challenge, hopefully that wasn't just today.
I think he's probably... I don't know if he recorded it. I think he recorded it live. I don't think he's passed it yet. I doubt he's passed it yet.
God. I don't think I can do it.
I've eaten some. They make some chips here that Grateful Panic and I get, and I forget the brand. They make some that I like a whole lot that are green, that are kind of a guacamole, but they're still spicy. And then they make these red chips. They're called, they're the same people that make the chip challenge, the one chip challenge. Your baby's coming in, dude, and is expecting a little attention, but you're not giving it any, and it's like looking away like, Dad, what the fuck? Did you notice the tile that I put up that had the 2 prairie dogs in the corner nuzzling?
Oh no!
You didn't see that? I'm hoping Pocket Metal and Shimiette picked up on it. I did the second one, the second tile I did today. Let me find it. I know they saw this because I tagged them in it. Let me get this and I'll share it. Check this out. And this is, I have no graphic design talent whatsoever. I do all my shit with Canva and this app that Grateful Panic taught me about called Bazaart. That's an iPhone app. And Bazaart uses AI, dude, to create avatars. It costs an extra $2.99 to do a set of like 30 because they do them in all these different like settings and periods. So the night period is what I use for my logo. But they do like cowboy. They do this bohemian where they did this weird me because they blend me with like other people and shit. So this one doesn't look as much like me, but I've got neck tattoos and face tattoos. And I'm wearing like this old leather coat. Let me share this with you.
So how does this work? You actually hire somebody, or you're talking about AI?
No. It's AI. It is all AI. AI does it.
Okay. Crazy.
And now this is just click and paste. This is an app called Canva. It's $4.99 a month, or you can use it for free. But tell me if you can see that.
That's awesome. Yeah, I can see it.
And literally, it's just I took the background and then I popped 2 pentagrams on there. I thought it was funny.
That's awesome.
And then I've kind of felt bad using the pentagrams, but then I was thinking, they're just a symbol. If you're not thinking anything about it, because for me it was just kind of, and I'm not religious or anything, I was just kind of like, ooh. That is sweet. So we got to get you back in the water, dude. Do y'all what kind of fish do you catch in Oregon? I mean, the same type? Are you fishing in freshwater, or are you going out getting trolled on by orcas?
What's up, dude?
What's up?
How's your keister, man?
Oh, it's fine. It's fine, man. My mouth was on fire for a bit, but when I just got up and chucked deuces, my stomach was, I swear my stomach was having a seizure. It was trying to push all, it was like when you drink way, way, way too much and your body just says, no, this has to go. That's basically what happened. My gut just said, this is,
I'm not keeping this.
And I went to the bathroom, nothing happened. And I wound up, I was curled up on the floor in the bathroom, just salivating and snotting all over myself for probably an hour.
Oh God, dude, that's horrible.
It was terrible. I don't know why the hell I thought that was a good, fun thing to do.
Because you take a pitch for the team.
I blame Maddie, because Maddie's like, I do it all the time. It's not hard.
Well, you would think that it's going to get, every time Mateo hears that it wasn't that hot, he's baking this stuff up organically, right? So he's probably adding a little bit more heat, thinking, okay, I've got to at least make it challenging.
Well, he made this one using...
Thank all you channel members. I'm looking at you guys. Appreciate your support. God, Todd Carr, Michael Morgan. Sorry, Doom. I'm not doing my job well.
He used the peppers that Grumpy Grunt grew in this one. So these were like organically grown Grumpster freaking light your soul on fire peppers.
So this isn't even the same game that Maddie played last year.
No, this is a completely new game.
Maddie, what do you have to say about that? Are you going to play? Are you going to play the new game? Vince, did you get the link, brother? I know you did.
There we go.
Hey, Javon.
I've
got some knives for you to check out when you get a chance.
Dude, I'm going to make you big. What'd you get?
Oh, No, you some. I thought of you when I saw these on Arizona Custom Knives.
Oh,
they're, and I don't know if you even want to see them. Like maybe you shouldn't. But
no,
they're cool, man.
I won't buy them. And I've got this this EcoFlow DeltaMax power station pulled up. Don't let me forget to show you that for your little trolling motor.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Arizona Custom Knives.
Yeah, it's Do you remember Mike Snowdy? You ever watch any of his stuff? He used to do videos long time ago. Cutlery Lover used to show a lot of his neck knives and stuff, but he's an old school knife maker, Mike Snowdy.
Snowden?
Snowdy, S-N-O-D-Y.
Snowden.
That's what I thought you said. It's Snowden. I was like Edward Snowden?
Snowdy. And it's called an Angry Ant. And they've got like 5 of them up right now, maybe 6. Really cool leather sheath. And they're in Magna Cut. And they're tiny and they're freaking sweet looking.
Oh, do the little present thing down at the bottom of the screen and share that tab so we can see what you're talking about.
I just found it and I'm giving Ian a look. I did. God damn it.
I'm going to go grab a brew. I'll be right back.
All right. Get your free draws candy too. All right, let me show you all this. Now, these are going to be too small for Doom, but look at these angry ants. Look at the angry man Tanto, Doom. So this looks very similar, guys, to a Civivi Elementum in my mind. And the sheath is cool. It's a pocket dropper. I like that.
That price tag for just a little fixie is ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. Well, Now, if you listen to Dark Gravity, he will say the exact same thing. That's where knife makers get us. And then when you deal with somebody like Jason, you think, wait a minute, if he can do it in such a fucking elevated level, why can't these guys?
Yeah, I mean, I paid that. I paid about two something for my knife from Jason. And
For your Doom,
Doom
edition.
$100 for my custom sheath from Lancelot. So I'm all in at close to $350 for my grant.
I hope, Jay, did you have I shouldn't even ask that, because Joe's was finishing books and stuff up, and I've got 2 knives to send him. One of them's my, and I've bought 2 more J-Cows. I bought the little Warncliffe that he put up that has a little hole in the blade.
Uh-huh.
Remember when he showed that blank?
Yeah. Yeah, the one that has like the little kind of old school cleaver
look
on the wall hole through the blade.
Right.
The
And it's kind of, he said he doesn't really like the finish, but it's black and satin instead of kind of having that gradiated. But for me, like these little knives, this is about the exact same price as a Chickadee. Except the Chickadee comes with a little Kydex sheath. And this sheath...
Did you see that? Look at that second picture, too. It's actually got a spot for your belt there. I don't know if you can see it. But it actually goes on your belt and stuff. It's not just a pocket dropper. So, and he does
I like
really...
it as a pocket dropper. I mean, but this contouring is next level from just an ergonomic standpoint. I don't think his price, and he does like Jason says, screws you shouldn't have necessarily on a fixed blade. If you're doing it right, you're going to do pin construction because you've also got adhesive that's sealing this area here so we don't have issues like Doom and I have on our Guardian 3s with moisture getting back behind those scales and having to shatter bits the first few times you try to take it apart.
Yeah. I think he stopped doing knives for a while because he was focusing on leather work. He does really high quality leather. And I think I wouldn't doubt...
All of the sheaths, no, they don't look the same. I like this one with the skulls.
There's a couple different ones.
Yeah,
the blue on blue.
Nice.
Yeah, look at that inside the sheath there.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm trying to see which way the knife goes in. That's kind of like a little scout carry that goes over the belt. That's cool.
Yeah, so
that's the way I wear most of my stuff. I get these ones from Lancelot that have the belt that runs through and then behind it, and then it sits kind of cocked forward, so I can wear it back closer to my back pocket and reach around and grab it.
Reach behind and grab it.
Yeah, that better terminology. I like that angry man Tonto.
Yeah, let's check that out for Doom.
That just looks gnarly.
Let's see how long that is. Yeah, look how long that point is. I love that. What do you call that? Do you call that a swedge? What's the technical term for that? That's a swedge? Okay. I say the wrongest things, like the word wrongest. It's not even a word. But in my videos, and I'll think afterwards, God, I should shoot that again. And then I'm thinking, nah, fuck it.
This is the initial modeling form for the Doom blade.
Hold on, let me make you big, dude. Let me quit sharing because I can barely see you. You're behind Semper Fi ADC guy.
This thing is going to be ugly as sin, but it's almost going to be duplicated. You can have a little finger area here, and then up here, and then you can go here. You can go here, but the blade is going to be, this needs to be built out a little bit more here, but it's going to be almost mirrored on both. I think I might come a little further down here, but I was trying to do it mirrored down both sides, but then it's going to be formed in here, like finger notches through here, might come a little higher up there, but that's the initial.
How big is that, Doom? How long is that about? I can't really tell compared to
this.
Your hand can be deceptive.
The blade area here is 4.5 inches.
Oh, wow.
And then the handle is exactly 4.5 inches as well from here to the end. So it's
what type of deployment? Have you
It's
thought?
basically going to be like, other than some slight differences from the blade to the handle, it's going to be an exact 4.5 to 4.5 ratio.
Aberdeen Blades, new member. Thank you, brother. Doom, how's it going to deploy, buddy? Have you gotten that far in it? How it's going to open yet?
It's a fixie.
It's fixie. Oh, it's a fixie. Even
Yeah, it's
cooler.
going to be a fixie because I don't know how to make folding knives in any way, shape, or form. So this is just going to be my initial, WTF Doom fixie.
Do you have anybody? Are you going to make it yourself? Do you have that type of skill set?
No, I absolutely don't. I have a couple of clamps that I've bought. I've got a desktop clamp. I've got a side grinder and so on. My plan is to just make it as janky as possible to kind of have the form, and then from there I'll probably really the people that I would like to have do it will be Chapman Lake.
Right.
So it's
those are the guys that made the real cool flippers that I saw in Nashville, right? The two brothers the two guys. They might not be brothers.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Shane was going to buy one of those. I actually got in touch with Jared Neves to get rid of his Mordax after we talked to those guys because Shane was so impressed with that knife, and we all kind of were. I was just financially spent by that time.
It's getting weird looking at just my face on the screen, man.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I'll just sit here and go, duh, 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 duh. Sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to leave you hanging.
There you are.
So I was going to say, you know a knife maker, if you ever wanted somebody just to whip you one out or cut you out something to send you to work on, I'm sure he'd be happy to do that for you.
Yeah, I very well might do that. I very well might do that. But I
love the idea of making a model like that, Doom. That's like they do it in the car business, right? They spend $100,000 to build a life-size clay model so you can actually see what it's like. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't just, out of foam or something, make the freaking thing, from 3D scan it.
I got that idea from Sharif. I was talking to Sharif, and he was showing me models of some of the new stuff that he wants to do. So I went on Amazon and I bought a big pack of like 1/8 inch thick foam board, and like that is just the uber rough mock-up at this point, where I just cut and then cut and made a bunch of layers and stuck them together. The next thing
just took away everything that wasn't awesome.
I need to go to need to go like Home Depot and get like a little rasp file that I can somehow shape that foam. But it's gonna be a big boy. Like, I want that blade stock to be at least 1/4 inch thick, and then the handle is probably going to be about a 1 inch round, give or take. It's not gonna be for low hands.
It sounds like it'll be a good piercer though, especially looking at that shape. And maybe piercing's the wrong word. Jabber, a jouster.
Well, let me see if I can find kind of where the blade shape is going to go. I got a picture here, but I need to cut it and then I'll show you.
What about a Dremel?
I do have a Dremel. I could just use like a sanding wheel on the Dremel to shape it down.
Diane says a coping saw.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a coping saw, man. I ain't going out buying a whole bunch of tools just to shape foam. I'll use my X-Acto knife and just cut away at it and make it as janky as possible. I mean, all I need to do is be able to put it in a box with a generalized shape and send it off to someone and say, please make this happen. And then they'll have all their people that do, the computery stuff and
make the magic happen.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have those skills. I've tried playing with what the hell is it, Blender, and I watched a bunch of tutorials, and I made it as far as how to put a dot on the screen. And then I
got frustrated.
I got frustrated, and I said, I'm just going to buy some foam board and actually try to model it.
Well, it looks good. I mean, I think you're onto something. I mean, I think that's really cool. And I think
Yeah.
there's a market. I mean, I think people would love to have a Doom knife. I thought it was cool that the knife I unboxed during my live that my buddy A to Z EDC got, when he was looking at some of Jason's knives, it said on the sheath, Doom #2. So Doom Edition #2, and it had the date that it was made, and Jason signed it. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, let me see if I can share this. This was the original brain fart, and I tried making the handle the way I had it in this, and it was just hella uncomfortable, and I had no clue how I would actually make that. Oh, damn it, that won't work. Why can't I share this tab?
You should be able to. Hold on a second. Let me see.
There-
Make sure.
There we go. That's the original brain fart.
Ah, so you were working on a folder.
I was working on a folder, and I was like, okay, and I want a front flipper and a back flipper and a penguin flipper, and then I was like, that's freaking stupid. So if I do wind up doing it as a folder, it's probably just going to be the whole deployment without any of this other garbage here. This little in-between fingering thing was super, super uncomfortable. So that'll wind up being cut off. The blade is going to wind up coming pretty much all the way back. But
I
yeah.
love that. I mean, it looks like nothing I've ever seen. I think that's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much I'm trying to make it to where like the swedging is identical on the blade as well as the handle, but the back end of the handle is going to kind of bump up a little bit more before that initial dip down so that it actually fills out the palm of your hand.
The back of your hand.
Yeah, like the way it is now, it comes in and then it drops down. I need to rebuild it so it actually fills out this area and here a little better. The hell does it need a forward finger choil for? It's got a damn 5-inch handle.
I'm liking the ideas here. You're getting the point across with all the notes here. I love the big, like the Chavez-esque jimping, triangular hole, the double swedge, chisel grind. Like, I'm all about that blade. That's gonna be badass.
And it just oozes originality too.
Yeah. I'm thinking this is a prime candidate.
I might just send this to Jason and say, hey, can you make me something like this? Because I can't. I can try. I could try, but it's going to look like, it's going to look like a Fisher Price, my first knife making kit.
Howdy, Chicago 23. Welcome, brother. Thanks for your support, man. So, Paul, my shirt's just got a bunch of blade steels on it. It's one of Niche Design shirts. I've actually got 2 of them. I didn't see your ideas.
Kyle, I don't trust. I like Max Ace, but I don't trust them enough to be like, hey, look at my idea. And it not
well,
just
thank you
come
very
out
much.
under Max Ace.
Yeah.
6
I've told
months
you the
later.
Nimble story, haven't I?
Well,
And then it showed up, and John ordered one. GP ordered one just to see what it was like, And I'm convinced that those are coming from the same place, from QSP or wherever the Nimbles are made. That somebody on a different shift is continuing to run them, maybe with the D2 steel, or maybe they're just calling it D2, and putting them out there, because I was very surprised. I expected it to be more janky, and there's nothing janky about that knife.
Well, I mean, I actually have, when Brian at Blue Creek posted up his 25% off sale, I said, "Uff it," and I bought the very last QSP Rhino that he had. And as far as I'm tracking, QSP created a prototype for EMP, and then shortly thereafter announced their Rhino, which is
after EMP decided to go with a different manufacturer. I thought that out of the gate, but I never held one. I never heard anybody else say it.
Went with a different manufacturer. QSP tweaked the design a bit and released it as the Rhino.
And don't you think it looks very much like the Relative?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
They took the exact same file that they already had from doing the prototype and just changed it around a bit to make it their own. I mean, that's the crazy thing is, I was looking, somebody hit me up today to ask me about, Rhino is the Relative, pretty much. But I had this thing posted up that I just did, the knock knife.
I love that little knife.
And somebody hit me up and said, how much did that cost, in the comments? And I don't answer that question in comments that anybody can look at, because, you know, either you find it or you don't. I don't need to discuss what things cost openly. And I sent him a message, and I got to looking, because it's already sold out. That knife dropped and was gone within a day or two, tops. And I found a knockoff knife. So it's like a knock-off, but it's the exact same knife as one of their older karambits. It even has like the little, like knock knife a lot of times used to put like their little diamond logo with the N in the middle of it. It has everything right down to that. It just doesn't have the etching, the deep laser etching in all the bits. So if I had to guess, it's the exact same factory. They're probably factory seconds that they found issues with and just said it's not worth the time sending it off to do the final laser etching on it. So it's like 300 change bucks for the legitimate one, and it's like $80 for the non-engraved one. I'm tempted to buy the non-engraved one just to check it,
compare them,
to see what's actually coming for that $80 price point. But it's a knockoff of a knock. The knock.
Yeah, a knock. But yeah, I don't think and I don't necessarily think it's malicious. I just think they view intellectual property totally different than we do. And maybe we're wrong the way that we view it. I don't know. I don't take, I still think that, the good news is you've got somebody that who can do you a good job and bring your dream to life. And then if you want to send it out and go on a mass hunt, you can.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the main thing I want to do is just get one made and have it in hand as like my one-off Doom knife to start with.
Hopefully before Blade Show.
It's not going to happen before Blade Show. I was talking with a friend of mine earlier today, and I was looking at the pile of Doom and the pile of knives that I have and the amount of money that I'm hemorrhaging. And I was looking back at my old content where 3, 4, 5 things would show up in the same day, and I would just open it all in one mass unboxing. And what is going to happen pretty much from this point forward, I have the QSP Rhino, I have this crazy Kershaw, I forget the name of it, but it's a made in the USA Kershaw with like a hybrid N690 and D2 like fused blade that I thought looked pretty cool that I want to check out. And I have my Max Ace Titanus still coming, but pretty much from stands those three, from this point forward, my content is going to be going back one by one through the pile, doing a legitimate overview of the things I did mass unboxings of. And as soon as I'm done doing that, it's going straight on to NAF sale.
You're going to move through them?
I'm gonna move through them and move them out the door and put that money back in my pocket and get to a point where I have to have knives going out in order to have knives coming in, because
to sustain it.
I've been playing Home Shopping Network for too long now, and for what I could count on one hand the number of knives that I carry regularly. The rest of them I'll grab when I'm heading out somewhere nice or what have you, and I'll bring it. Like I've got this pile of arcane knives with Damasteel blades and so on. And other than pictures, I maybe carry them once a week, once every other week. What do I need $600 to $800 knives just sitting in the pile for when I could move them out and get money back in the bank account for new stuff to come in?
I wish I could, and I've started, I'll turn loose of a lot of my budget collection, because it's kind of where my roots started, where I think we all start. And I've sold, I think, a few knives, but I sold one nice knife that I didn't need because I had two, and I've actually kind of regretted it. And I just can't bring myself, because even though I don't carry them on the daily or even on the weekly, when I watch content, I've always got a case sitting beside me where I'm playing with them. I'm enjoying them. I'm using them, for whatever reason. I'll even, when I get my coupon books in, which it's been a while since I've gotten a coupon book. I wonder what's going on there. But I'll keep an Amazon box open, and I'll just have it at my feet, and I'll just shred coupon books while I'm watching knife content, therapeutically, or strop my knife or sharpen a knife,
Absolutely.
But I wish I had the Kevin ability to love a knife. And I forget when he did that video, but I thought it was pretty eloquently laid out. And to say that about Kevin is hard to do, believe me. But that the circle of life, do you remember seeing that graphic he posted on Instagram today? Mm-hmm. And how that's kind of symbolic of what he thinks about knives when they come in. He can love a knife and still let it go. See, I can't really do that. I think it's more that there's a fine line between collecting and hoarding, but I don't hoard other stuff, because when I went through my liberating divorce 7 years ago, I decided I was always going to travel light. Then my guitar habit kicked in, but I still kept that containable. I can carry it out in 3 loads. And then the knife thing, as long as I can keep it, because what happens is I've got 4 Apaches, and when they get a knife has to leave the Apache and go back to the door, it's close to being a giveaway. And the door, when I say to the door, that's one of the Blade HQ ostentatious 128 full-size door hangers. That giant roll. So,
yeah. Well, it's
the
like
good news.
This thing right here, this is the Wee Lundquist Black Void Opus, the original with the chisel grind that they discontinued because too many people complained that it had a chisel grind. I love this thing, but this is the first time I've picked this thing up and have been playing with it in probably 8 months. So
but that doesn't mean it's any less knife. It just means you've got it at your disposal, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I just need to, because I'm not working anymore.
I know.
I'm 100% on my disability. So
right.
Once the mortgage is paid, the bills are paid, life insurance is paid, I have 3 cars and 2 motorcycles that I'm paying insurance on every month. So, once all of that's paid, I have a very, very minute amount of money left each month. And
right.
My brain hasn't quite grasped that, and I keep buying these crazy big and crazy expensive knives, and it's starting to take a toll. So
yeah, don't let it do that. I mean,
the brick wall has been dropped, and now it's time to start shifting some things out the door.
This is like the epitome of first world problems, but I actually stress out when I look at my knife case. I'm like, I've got too many good knives. Like, I can't carry them all. And I have this anxiety when I go to pick a knife out, because I'm like, they're all so good. I can't, narrow it down. And, I'm like, and then I keep on adding fuel to the fire by getting more better and, great knives. And I'm just like, do I need fucking, because I limited myself to the 2 cases, the 80 knives total. And I'm already over that. I sold, a bunch recently, and I've got to sell more. I got some more coming, and it's like, that's my little way of keeping it kind of to a, reasonable amount. But I keep on selling out knives, replacing with more expensive knives, and Yeah, and I literally stress out trying to figure out which one to carry.
Where do you turn to sell your knives? I mean, like if you wanted to sell, not that I do, but if you wanted to sell an infraction, would you just go to Instagram, or would you go to a Medford group, or I mean, how do
Mostly
you
just
typically sell them?
buddies, yeah. Yeah, that NAF sale seems like it's pretty easy to do. I haven't tried it yet though.
7.5% hit to put it on NAF sale, and have Cole do his weekly home shopping network, and people will be like, "Oh, look at that!" And hopefully move some stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there are ways to do it, but I always just feel, because I remember I had for a long time, and I was seriously going to sell it, and I guess got into a different financial position, but it was this knife here, and I still wish it was a drop point, not a Bowie. But this Sharp by Design knife is so good. I don't carry it much, but it's so good. And I mean, I can really get a lot of joy out of just opening a package with it, grabbing it out of my case to cut with it. Haven't put it on a stone, haven't had to, but it's just a work of pocket art. And every now and then I can flick it. I wish it was a drop point. That's the only remorse I have. But I put it up for sale, and I think I got it down to like $250. Nobody jumped on it, and then finally I said, "Fuck it, I don't want to sell it."
Yeah, well, that's the thing too, is that it doesn't matter what you've got. Nobody wants to pay what it's worth these days. So
no,
it's kind of like what knives do I put up for sale? The extreme budget knives, by the time you lose your 7.5% to NAF sale,
go to the trouble of shipping it.
Yeah, you go through all of that. It's just you get to the point where you're losing so much on them that it's like, that was what my initial thought was. I lose so much selling these things. Why even bother selling them? And the pile just keeps growing and growing and spreading and spreading. And now I'm sitting here going, man, there's like 2 or 3 really nice knives coming out that I really want, but I don't have the money for them. So I need
to. You've got the bank sitting all around you.
Yeah, the bank sitting all around me. The thing is I I have to cash them in to make things happen.
Well, and maybe that'll be a good way to organize how you start doing your content, your reshoots, because that was a big regret that I have. Is when I started, I'd put out 2-3 videos a day because I thought I needed to, but they were real short videos. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to really do an overview of a knife, and it's just. I'm going back through them now because I haven't run out of content, but I'm not in the position to do unboxings all the time, and have stuff coming in. And I really don't want to get into knives that aren't my knives, that I didn't go out and just absolutely want, and that's something that Dark Gravity beat into my head when I used to get knives in every week, because for me, I'll be real honest with you, it was just the dopamine rush of having something coming in, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted it. I just wanted to have that inbound shit.
Yeah, it's an addiction, man. It's
oh, it is. I'm an addict.
I have new stuff coming in all the time, and I've dried up. That janky ass pen that I posted the video to today. That was other than I've got 3 more knives that are inbound. I have absolutely nothing filmed at this point. I still have to. I have my first aid kit that I was telling y'all about that I'm going to do my overview on and kind of run through the proper way to set things up and so on for people who want to do the whole, hardcore first aid, ranger life, but have never actually put a tourniquet on anything. I'm going to do the training on that, or at least, video training to show.
I think that's awesome.
But other than that, I've got nothing. So now it's going to be, how do I go back through this stuff that I never really touch anyway because it doesn't excite me the way it used to, and find the way to, because my content has evolved into, when I open something, it's going to be like, ah, and now I'm looking at stuff like, yeah, okay, that's a thing.
You talk about that in the video, because some of them I'm sure you still have that affection for.
Mm-hmm.
And then I mean, that's educating people. To me, is not as valuable as how to tie a good tourniquet course, but how to really understand what our brains are telling us. I did it with budget knives. I used to buy knives from Knife Center, only Kaiser Vanguards when they'd go on sale, because my whole thing was the list price would trick me. And if I could get X amount of savings, I felt like I was getting more knife for my money than I was spending. So I just started collecting all these, albeit good knives, but knives that don't really excite me anymore. Now, the ones that I've kept in my collection excite me more than the ones that I got rid of sooner. But Dark Gravity told me early on, he said, John, keep a list of like the top 4 or 5 knives that you want. And then when all this noise comes in that you see, that reviewers show you, and you go to White Mountain Knives and you look at it, you can at least make the conscious decision, is this $80 worth taking away from my goal? Or is this $100 going to make more sense? Is this, my 12th Tucson, is it really worth $110? Yeah, it's a great deal for what I get, but that's now makes my Hinderer back to being $425, instead of $300, because I've saved.
That's a prime example, like the Tucsons. I love the Tucsons. They make some crazy cool stuff, and they're very well priced, but they're not really going to resell for much of anything. You're at least taking a 20 to 30% hit on that initial $120 just to
unless
turn around.
It's the 318 or one that might be in short supply that people really like, but that's a rare number of Tucsons that really take off, right?
Yeah.
And I've tried to quit buying them, but I don't know about y'all, I still see them and they do something to me. This is one of my newer knives, and this is a Tucson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the newest one that I just got, and I'd been looking at it for a long time, and I was like, that thing is so cool. And then I got it in hand, and it carved up my thumb with the thumb stud, and I was like, wow, this thing is super janky.
But it looks like it's got a deep hollow grind below that Tonto.
That thing looks big, man.
This thing is huge. I'll give you an idea of how huge it is. This is the MIDI Marauder.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It is a big knife.
Yeah. I was doing a late night shopping like I always do. I always wind up wasting the most money when I can't sleep in the middle of the night.
Between 2 and 4 for me is when I buy my knives.
And I found this Sativian, it was like a 994 or something like that. And it looked like it's about the size of the District 9 Catastrophe. But then I started looking even closer, and it's got an Emerson wave built in, but when I looked even closer, it's not intended to be a wave. It's like a bottle opener built into the blade. I'm like, oh, that's really janky. That's really janky. And then I looked at the price, and I was like, holy crap, 200 some odd bucks for a Sativian? That's a big note.
But we get close. That's when I buy all mine. My most recent purchase, and the thing I regret about it the most, is it sat in processing for a week and a half. And I bought it a plane ticket, but I ordered a Kunwu Pulsar because they were selling out, and I wanted the orange peel tie, but they were gone. So I ordered one of the diamond pattern tie because I really like my Kunwu knives. I've got an X Tau and the regular Tau, and I like the regular old school big Tau better than the X Tau.
Yeah, I've got the X Tau too, and it was so. It's somewhere nearby because I was just playing with it. I'm going to see if I can find it.
Got a great axis lock, but it just doesn't have much detent, does it?
No, it's the detent is terrible.
And I think it's not as because the thumb flick is the way the the studs are shaped that it doesn't really lend itself to a reverse flick.
Well, what I did with it is I took it apart, and I wish I had filmed when I took it. Oh, what's up, Stevie?
What's up, dude?
Everybody?
Yeah, I took apart
How are you, Stevie?
I took apart the X-Tal, and I actually cut about 3 to 4 millimeters off of each spring and reformed it. So it made it a little bit tighter, but it just feels really blah. Anything with a crossbar lock just doesn't do it for me. You give me a really tight detent, a snappy detent, and that's it. Or just something ridiculously gargantuan.
It's unfortunate because the original Big Tao is just so good.
Never handled a Kunmu.
I was just saying, Stevie, I've got the Pulsar hitting Wednesday.
Nice.
I can send them to you because I think they're great knives.
Yeah. You know, it's really great.
You got it. Your little.
Got it. J-Cal number 4.
I love it,
dude.
That.
It's so good.
Doesn't it feel great in your hand?
At first I was like, oh, it seems like maybe it's a little too thick, maybe a little too short. No, the last couple days, it's perfect.
That thing looks awesome.
The way he rounded.
Let me make you big. I'm gonna make you big just for a second.
So for my big old mitts, I get just barely. 3.379 fingers on it, but the way it's rounded at the end, it's really comfortable. And the choil he nailed for my hands. And the pinch grip right there, it's going to be perfect. But look what he did to the spine.
That's what I'm saying, and that's all done by hand.
So he acid etched it, and then he gun blued it. And then he hand sanded everything. The hollow grind on it is wicked.
That thing looks medieval.
It does.
I love the front pins that he uses. Awesome. Those pins are awesome.
Yes. And he asked me if I wanted to leave a spot for a Doom Dad on it, and I did.
I left a Doom Dad spot on mine too.
So, yeah. But Jason absolutely killed it with this thing. It's getting. I was saying
before you joined, I've got a couple more coming. I've got the little Warncliffe cleaver, and then a little tiny one.
I'm definitely. This isn't going to be my last one, and I love the butterscotch micarta on it. And yeah, this is getting packaged up and sent off to Lancelot.
Ask him. Say I talked to Javon, and he still wants to send you his 2 knives. And I know he said he was backlogged, and I know he just got clips. But I feel guilty. I was telling these guys, I know how hard he works, and I feel guilty sending him any more DMs.
Nah, man. If he can do it, he'll do it.
I know. I've got the thing is, I'm gonna have, even though these are coming with Kydex sheets, I want to send this little guy to him. The little MW Steelworks.
Well, I can't.
Let me make you small. Yeah, I made you small. I'm sorry. I did that to Doom. I left him up there just awkwardly. But this little guy, I want to send this to him for a pocket dropper with a clip.
Yeah.
And my J-Cal. They're both about the same length.
Like Steve asked how big the blade is on my J-Cal. I have no idea. I haven't had it in my hands yet. It went straight from Jason Grant to
what do Lancelot. I have?
Lancelot just finished up my scout slip, and it should be heading to me soon. So
I held the Doom number 2, and I want to say it was about 3.5 inches. The blade.
This one is small.
Right, Doom got the Doom edition, the XL, which I want to say when I held it up. The blade and the belly on it, dude, is just so sick. It's got that. Yours has that deep belly, since I guess Jess was Doom number 2. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
he hadn't
just
really. He was still just doing the big bellies. Those
Right.
were like his very.
yours is a
first
custom.
one.
Yeah, yours is a custom.
Yeah.
Same with this one. I asked him. I said, "Hey, man, I'm gonna need a warning." And someone asked. I think was it Todd that asked? This is 80 C or 80 CRV2.
Mhm.
I think is the steel on it. Just a tool steel. So nothing fancy, but
The
exactly
handles
what it
work
needs
so
to be.
good, and you can get them done in any really blade shape you want. He's done some wicked Tontos. He's done some wicked just.
Yep.
So, as a matter of fact, I pulled up
It's-
a picture. Let's see if I can share it. This is something that forget who just sent it to
Alfred,
me.
what's
Let me
up, man?
Copperlight
What's up?
Steve, man, if you want a specific size or shape or anything, just send a message to Jason.
Just
Be
hit
like,
Jason
yo,
up, man.
this is what I'm interested in. And he was super cool, through the whole process. I said, hey, this is what I like the one that you showed, but I want something a little bit bigger. I want the chisel grind. I want this.
Uh-oh.
And he
glitching.
basically just came back and said, okay, we'll make it happen.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then pretty
That's
much
rad.
every day, at least once a day, he was sending me a little video just showing, hey, look, I did this today. Look, I did this today. And he keeps you in the loop the whole time. And it was maybe a week, if that, from start
Yeah.
to finish.
And what's so cool is he doesn't just send pictures; he sends these little videos, and you can tell he's
Yep.
so excited about making it. That's what I thought was just so freaking cool about the whole process. And he's constantly like thinking about it. He's like, I'm not really liking this. What do you think about this? I'm like, dude, if you think it's, I want the organic treatment, you go with it. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, it was absolutely him guiding it, but you feel a little collaboration with it too,
Yeah.
I mean,
mine, I pretty much said I just want it bigger. I want it like the one you did for Javon, but I want it, doom sized, and it's got to have a doodad hole in the back. And he said, okay. And then, that was it.
I wonder how that gun blue finish holds up. I mean, you could probably re-blue it later if you wanted to. That's a cool idea.
Yeah, you can go to the store and buy a bottle of gun blue.
I have gun bluing, so
Yeah, that's really cool.
It was something that he, just a different touch. I don't see a lot of people doing that, honestly.
No.
So he acid etched it, tumbled it, blued it, and then I think maybe tumbled it again, and then hand sanded it.
He blues
really
it,
cool.
and then he does like a different grit grind on it, and then he blues it again and does another grit grind. So like the bluing is, from what I've seen from the pictures of mine that he showed me, it's like there's different layers of grit over grit over bluing over bluing, and it's got a crazy look to it. And we're never gonna see, really, looking at you showing that. I'll never really get a feel for what it actually looks like until I have it.
I was about to say that as good as a camera as I could have, it's not going to pick it up. Because, I mean, it looks black, right? It's not black.
No, I can see. I mean,
No.
because he talks about it so eloquently about how he uses an analogy of tattoo shading, of how he's getting different blade textures across the blade by using different grits that accept the acid wash or the bluing or the combination of some of these different finishes that he's doing. And it's just totally freaking cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
he talks about it just like he's tattooed. He's like, yeah, and I put some stipple shading here. That's tattooed.
Let me grab the wax that I use. Hold on.
But his being a tattoo artist is clearly coming out somewhat in these, and I mean, look, I already thought Jason was a hella cool dude before this. Seeing him do these are just awesome. The fact that he named it the J-Cal, I absolutely love.
I had no idea about that until like 2 weeks ago when he told me. I had no idea. I thought it was Jason Cali because I was calling it the J Cali in my first video. But I got that at Nashville Blade Show,
The
and the
wicked
guy was
wax?
nice. He was nice enough to donate some for each of the grand prizes. It actually slowed down because I had to ship them the day I got back from Nashville because the giveaway was the following week, just to get these included in the package. But it's this stuff that's made in the U.S. and it's like a real thick beard balm,
Uh huh.
but it's for blades. You wipe it on and wipe it off. It's a protectant. It's called Cutting Edge Protectant. And I've used it. I've got several different things like that. I've got some, it's green mint colored. And I used to always get finger cuts because I like to actually take a little bit and use my fingers to rub it into my blade. And then you just take one of your cleaning cloths and buff it out. And allegedly, he says in his marketing materials that it leaves kind of like it fills in the pores and it repels corrosion. But it's River's Edge Cutlery carries it, and other places carry it, but it's not expensive at all. But it seems to be pretty effective. And he was at the Nashville Blade Show, and has evidently been doing it for a while. But it's great for tool steels. I put it on my little Joey Ramone.
I'd be willing.
Or Joey Roman. I don't know why I always say Joey Ramone.
I'd be willing to bet that it's
nice.
very similar to just a basic mustache wax.
I think it is.
I'm sure it's heavy on the beeswax.
Beeswax and white
Yeah.
petroleum jelly.
Because the other thing he said it was real good for that I've used it on is dry micarta.
Mm.
So if your micarta is real dry, and the one that was dry for me was this Boker, because the sheath seems to always absorb
Yeah.
the oils. But I'd put some of that wicked wax on it, and I need to put it on it again. But I enjoy it. Like I say, for me, just kind of like sharpening or stropping, it's really therapeutic to take that stuff and rub it in my blade and get it good and rubbed in if I don't cut my finger like I used to. And then I'll let it set up for like maybe 4 minutes, and then I'll take my rag and rub it off, and I'll just feel like I've done something, right?
Yeah.
And I'll do that like with all my knives while I'm sitting there watching videos or sit there and cut
Food
paper
safe?
into an Amazon box.
Javon,
Yeah, it's food
is it
safe.
food safe? Yeah.
It is. The wicked wax is food safe. Now, some of
Yeah,
the stuff
awesome.
I use, my favorite stuff is this stuff called coon oil that you can only get at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. There's Vinny.
Vince.
Hey. Good evening, son. You're up a little past your bedtime. Did you take the trash down to the curb?
How are you, my friend?
Hello.
Yes, God knows.
God, I
How you
always
doing,
get
Vince?
jealous when I see Vinny. I know he's feeling better than I am.
Yeah,
Oh,
I did.
So what do you got going on, Vince? I noticed a pretty interesting Instagram post from you today.
holy
really?
moly.
What was it about?
You.
Look,
Did y'all see-
Yeah, that one. Yeah. Yeah, so it's been a long time since I've done a giveaway, believe it or not. I've done a lot of like raffles where people have to pay to enter, but not many giveaways. It's been a while. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna do a giveaway. You know?
Yeah, that's one hell of a giveaway, man. That's just like, oh yeah.
that's a hell of a giveaway, dude.
So yeah. So last night I was buying tickets, and actually anybody who's gonna go buy tickets should now, because a lot of stuff is already disappearing real fast. On a side note, a lot of the packages are gone,
Yeah.
but the 3 days are still there. Well, they were there yesterday, and they'll be the next to go, and then it'll be just 1 days, which add up.
Yep.
Anyways, so I was online, I got my package, and then I was like, you know what? Let me get one more. I didn't know why I got it, but I was like, hey, just let me get it. Because Ambien tells you to do things, you do it. It's common fucking sense.
You don't doubt the gods. That is right.
Exactly. You know? So, yeah, so I got the extra 3 day, and yeah, the rest is history, man. The rest is history.
Well,
I don't think I've seen a giveaway as cool. I mean, just something that a Blade enthusiast would love, because I am so stoked, and I will get online. Even if I have to pay individual tickets, I need to go ahead and do that. I never thought, I knew they'd sell out of early birds, but I realized last year that I'm not in a rush to get a knife. I'd rather stand out and wait for people to get there, and just greet them. So I'm just so excited. And I think to offer somebody that wasn't going to go is just one of the most awesome things you could do.
I mean, you could take your chances and go down there and get the tickets at what's it called, will call.
Oh, screw that.
Yeah, but there's always like I know cons, I know Comic Con's a little better, but it's the same shit basically how it's set up. And that will call is
It's
a crapshoot. Yeah,
That
not
is
going that
massive.
route.
if you wait a few hours.
Cool people.
It's better just to have it on your phone and walk
Yeah.
and scan.
Just have it, have everything squared away well before you get there. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
One of the things that I miss the most of like a will call type situation. Are any of you gamers? I used to love midnight game drops, where you'd go and you'd stand online out in front of GameStop from like 8 o'clock at night until midnight, just partying with a bunch of gamers because there was no digital download. Everyone, you had to go and wait and get the physical copy, and it was so much fun.
At
That and
midnight.
concert tickets, man.
Yeah,
I don't know how many times I camped out for concert tickets back in the day. That was always the best.
And you'd get them. You didn't have to deal with Ticketmaster. You didn't have to deal with all the bullshit.
Yep.
I can remember how we used to gripe
that-
about having to mail order Grateful Dead tickets because you had to get a special 6x9 card. You had to fill it out with your return address. You had to put it in an envelope on a certain day. It had to be postmarked with a money order from a certain place. And we were all like, God, and we'd all be ordering like 4 nights for like 4 tickets, and everybody would order them because not everybody would get tickets. And we'd think how expensive it was. And it was like $17 a ticket.
Dang.
Sounds like it's snowing or something.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, Vince. I was just reminiscing. I was having a flashback.
Yeah, I lose my thought too. But yeah, concert tickets. Yeah, what was the last concert? It's Pink Floyd in Madison Square. Well, not Pink Floyd. It was Roger or.
Yeah.
But I saw Gilmore, so I'm happy.
My last was Billy Strings right before COVID shut everything down at the Mars Hotel, and he's coming back in August, right before Fish. And I'm not really interested in Fish, but I am interested in Billy Strings.
my last show was Guar and Necrogoblicon.
How is Madison Square Garden, Vince?
Madison Square Garden is pretty okay. I had good tickets. I guess it counts, where you're at. I had some solid tickets because you don't want to be too close in Madison Square Garden, and you don't want to be too far. You want to get what Sheldon calls the sweet spot. Yeah. So, or the sweet acoustic spot, whatever he called it in that episode of Big Bang Theory. Wow, it's really coming down. No, it's like sounds like hail or something.
Where you at, Vince?
I'm in Jersey, unfortunately.
Whereabouts?
It's all hell, man. It's all hell.
I grew up just on the Suffolk, New York border. Is why.
I spent a few years over in New York City growing up. Yeah.
Demon
Like in Canada, Canadian, no? Yeah. Yeah. Been to a couple of years when I was a little Vince in the South Bronx. And then we moved on up to Perth Amboy, New Jersey. And then we moved on up to Woodbridge, New Jersey. And then I moved on down to North Carolina to shoot guns.
Yeah. And now you're moving to Alabama?
Okay, so look, this is really stressful, right? Not so much as moving, but just deciding where I want to move, because I have a lot of options, you know. And Alabama is doable. There's some nice places like Madison, I believe it's called. But you know what? I was taking a look, like people go and do these drive-throughs of cities where you could like look, see everything around or not. Perspective if you're the passenger. And Shane had recommended to live near what the hell is that big city?
Huntsville.
Huntsville. So checked out Huntsville, and I was like, this does not look nice.
It's a major growth mode too. I'm telling you, Huntsville, the cost of living here is getting to be crazy compared to other places in Alabama, huh?
You're in Huntsville?
Yeah, but you're not hurting my feelings, dude. I was born here. I'm an original, and then I moved away for.
Yeah, it's pretty not. I mean, look, it's not bad. It wasn't like, oh my god, this place is, you know, like a freaking war zone. But it just wasn't. It just didn't grab my attention. Like, say you do a drive-through of Greenville, South Carolina, towards like the night hours, you know, the downtown area where they got the trees overhanging and they got the lights just right during the summer.
I would do it. I would pick you out 4 or 5 places that you like, and I would check them out. I would visit, you know, and see what you think, right? Because you'll get more of a feeling immersed in the place than you will. You know, I think the internet's a great way to get familiar about where you think you want to be.
And that right there is my other issue, because when I'm looking for apartments, the first thing I do now when I hit on it, you know, a new listing, is I hit the reviews. And if it has 2 bad reviews that are like bad and they're like verified tenant, I just move on. So, you know, you really don't know, because it might be a really good place and it could be a pissed off tenant.
Yeah, that's what you find with the review sites. You'll find a lot of trolls too that can get verified because they got, you know, they didn't get their security deposit back, and so they think the place sucked.
Yeah, that came up a lot. Not getting the security deposit back. 0 stars.
Security deposits, when I pay them, I expect them not to come back. You know, I'm always surprised when I get a security deposit back.
I mean, they should, you know, but I wouldn't go crazy over it. Yeah.
And you got to find a place with a balcony to do yoga on, right?
I'm definitely wanting a balcony or patio. Definitely, that's a must. I'm looking at both 1 and 2 bedrooms.
Thank you, Brandon.
Brandon, go away.
Studio.
I missed him.
And
got something blocking my mouth.
Brandon,
Hey, Jeffrey Dawson, where are you? Where are you located, man?
Who?
Jeffrey Dawson. He's talking
Jeff?
about.
Oh.
He's talking about heavy metal, and I've seen a bunch of those shows.
Take care, Ghost Malone. Thank you, brother.
Oh yeah, let me talk super quick about the giveaway and some changes that I made before people go to sleep. Yeah, so the biggest change that I did was at first I had a $600 that I'll put towards the 3 nights of Airbnb or a hotel. And I got some messages from certain people I won't name who were wanting to kind of finagle that. Like, hey, if we did this, could we get that? And I was like, well, makes sense. So let's do it. Yeah. Okay. So if the person has like a freaking friend who has a, you know, is going to let him stay, whatever, or chip in a few bucks or whatever, or like Steve, he's probably got like 19 people in his place. You know, if it's like one of those situations, I'm still gonna give the person the money, but I definitely want them to spend it over there. You know, I don't just want them to take it and doing. So I'm trying to figure out like how to word that. exactly, like spend the money there.
Dude, you're financing somebody's memories. I mean, I would say that to fully experience this awesome fucking giveaway, you need to, use your winnings at Blaze Show to get do something kind for somebody. Pay it forward if you don't see something you like. Take everybody out to dinner that you want to hang out with. I mean, there's so many things that you could put that money to use for that helps build fellowship for that person.
Encounter.
Yeah, and I'm also kind of scared that somebody who's gonna just totally abuse it is gonna win. So that's why I kept the entries down to 4, because there are like 5 criminals running amok in our community who do like 900,000 tags a day, and giveaways, and
those are only the ones we know about.
Yeah, and those are the ones we know about, and there's 5 of them, and they win a lot because they do 2,000 tags on a post. So I was like, look, four tags max. That's it, because oh man, if one of them wins, my heart will break, but I'm gonna honor it, of course.
Well, and I think you can make stipulations because you're so deeply rooted in the community that you can, like Stevie does sometimes, if you don't recognize the name of someone who's been a tenured, and I don't mean to discriminate against anybody, but if you recognize the name, like Robert, or you recognize Oliver, somebody that you see in the chats, you feel good about it, it was a good win. If they can't go, they're the type that'll make sure it goes to somebody who can and talk to you about it. So you'll feel good about it. Where if it's somebody that you don't recognize the name or it's generic, I don't think you should feel beholden to let that gift go to that person, because it's a gift. It's a gift of memories that you should be able to you should be able to decide who you want to give it to.
And
but if
you know what, it is a giveaway. I'm used to charity raffles where it's people trusting me with the money. Well, not giving me the money because it goes directly to the charity and they get their tickets. But, it's people trusting me in a way. So
that they've invested. That's a different thing.
That's different. This is 100% a free giveaway. So, yeah,
And you can simply put that in your disclaimer that, look, we all have a loving community. We know that there are people that we agree with. There are people in the community that I don't agree with. But guess what? I know they're here in my chats, and I know I hang out with them even if I don't agree with them. But they're valued, right? Because they're here.
The far vast majority, I would say 97% by my maps, 97.2 maybe, of the community is excellent.
Yes.
Great people, that would give the shirt off their back for you, and then you have a very, very small fraction of people who are scheming and just doing stupid stuff, so.
I mean, it's a community.
Yeah.
And communities are going to have tons.
I'm not too worried about it because it's not bad per se. There's a lot of good people in the community. So I'm not too worried about it. I think it's going to go to somebody good.
I mean, you could always say, look, you need to book your room, and then I will show me the receipt to your room for Blade Show, and then I'll give you the $600 towards that room.
Yeah, that's one way.
What I tend to do, and this is something that I do a lot, like you just saw in chat, I'm talking about this extra concert ticket and hotel room that I have booked.
For what concert?
It's Mastodon, Gojira, Lorna Shore.
Okay.
In St. Augustine. But I was just talking in chat because you were doing your thing. But I have an extra ticket. My wife got me 2 for my birthday. I booked a hotel room for the night in St. Augustine. And my thing is I'll wind up giving the ticket away to anybody, but I don't just say, here's the ticket and email it to them. I say, you can meet me at this bar near the.
Be right back. My chat's cutting out. Be right back.
We're about to lose them.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Whoa, what?
He'll be back.
Oh,
But yeah, when I do stuff like that, when I say, yeah, you got a ticket to the show and so on, I like to think that the person going is going because they like the bands too, and they'll be a
Right.
cool person to hang out with. So when I do something like that, I'll be like, I've got the hotel room booked with multiple beds, bring your girlfriend, whatever. I've got one extra ticket for you. If you want your girl or whoever else to go, you got to get them tickets. But you want
Right.
your ticket, meet me at this bar before the show. We'll throw back a shot. We'll, drink a beer, and then
That's
we'll go to
awesome.
the show. And, he could easily do the same thing with this. Meet me at Blade Show.
Sorry about that.
There you go. What I was saying is you could easily do something like, look, book your room, meet me at Blade Show. We'll shoot the shit. We'll have a beer, and then show me your hotel receipt, and I'll give you the money to put towards your credit card payment when the hotel bills you, because you can pay cash at the end of your stay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not worried too much about that aspect of it. As long as the person goes, they're gonna get the money.
Yeah.
Period.
Right.
That's and it was originally my thought that the most stress I maybe up on the tier of stress would be getting a place to stay. So I figured I'd throw that in with the ticket. But I mean, if people could get something for like super cheap or stay with a friend, then yeah, they can use the rest of the money, whatever.
I just think that's such a
super
unique.
awesome of you, dude.
Yeah, it is, dude. I mean, it's really mind blowing, to be honest with you, because again, it's more than just the sum of what you're putting out to give somebody a life. I mean, the memories I got from Blade Show have kept me stoked for this year. Yeah, man. I mean, it's like
That's going to be super cool. This is my first Blade Show that I'm going.
Really.
And I saw your giveaway because I started getting, the endless wave of people tagging me.
Yeah, you got tagged like 90 times.
It's an endless wave of tags for your giveaway. And I think I went on and I just wrote one comment like, this is a killer giveaway. But I'm not going to enter it because I've already got my tickets. I've already got my room booked and paid for. And there's a lot of people out there that aren't going because they can't afford to book the room or to pay for the ticket. And I'd rather somebody else get it.
Well, the only thing I would say to that, and what's your name, by the way? I don't think we properly met.
I'm Kevin. The beer.
I'm sorry,
Kevin.
Kevin Vince.
Kevin. The only thing about that, wow, I already lost my train of thought. That was fast. What the hell was I even? Wait,
You sound like me, man.
you were talking about.
I was talking about not entering your giveaway.
Right.
Because I've already got my own tickets and whatnot.
Right. So there's a couple people who have already DM'd me about that. Like, it's a cool giveaway, but I don't want to enter. And I'll tell you the same thing I told them. Like, enter, and if you win, give it to somebody. Or give it to a channel to give away. Like Stevie's channel or Javon's channel to do a quick giveaway. Whatever. It'll find a good home.
Yeah.
And also,
yeah, I can play for someone.
And
How
also,
long are you running it for?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Thank you, Robert.
2 weeks, because I would like to get at least 2 more prizes in there, like actual prizes, like actual tangible prizes. So I'm gonna see.
Speaking of 2 weeks, you reminded me. I scheduled my 1K giveaway for the night of the 18th. The night of the 18th is when I'm going to be doing that, and I sent out out a message on the Instagrams with the StreamYard address.
Oh, that's right. You actually have a big one too coming up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I gotta
Y'all
hop
keep
in there.
talking while I go find a knife to give away. Y'all keep it held in.
Vince, I'll drop you in the the group chat that has the StreamYard link. So
Okay.
the night of the giveaway, if you want to drop in and just hang out, or maybe
Yeah,
round up a few more people for your giveaway that night.
yeah,
You know,
that sounds cool.
We'll bring you in and talk about that too, because that's freaking wicked, man.
Yeah. So figure like 2 more winners, would be solid. And I mean, if other people donate prizes and want them, you give them away, I'm not gonna say no. So you have 10 winners. Who knows? My shit is crazy. It starts like this and it ends up like that.
Right.
And it's kind of like my life.
I had people hit me up and want to donate stuff to give away online, and I was like, I don't want to take stuff from people.
Yeah.
I'm weird like that, you know?
No, it's not weird. It's not weird. I kind of feel the same way when people offer stuff, you know. I try to ask them at least first, like, are you sure? Is that something you wouldn't miss? And ask them all those types of questions. And, if they continue to say, like, look, I'm giving you this, I'm not going to say, well,
Right.
if it comes to my door, I'm going to freaking TIOTG, throw it on the ground.
That is one tasty guy.
Yeah.
Bettina, yeah. That was my first time timing someone out, just because. Suck it, Brandon.
So yeah, if anybody who's watching, listen, I don't know how many people are on right now. If they want to contribute, feel free. Nothing big though, just small stuff. Nothing big.
I'm gonna put the link to Vince's post in the chat again. Yeah, man, it's super awesome of you.
It is. He's going to be in our giveaway word tonight. But I was going to show you guys, in honor of Doom, I was looking through my knives, and I don't know if you guys like overbuilt knives, but this right here is...
Okay, I'll be right back. The stupid thing is cutting out again.
What's funny is we got Doom on the panel, and you said, I don't know if you guys are into overbuilt knives.
Well, that's why when I saw Doom on the panel, I was back there looking for something that was big. And this is D2 in a Sculpture G10, but it's a DEF CON, I want to say 9. I love this knife. It fits the hand great. It's got a killer little steel clip. It's drop shutty. Got a finger flipper and a fuller.
That's my favorite overbuilt that I've recently picked up.
Ooh, nice.
And so I'm going to put this in a box tonight to somebody in the chat. And I don't know if we want to do the numbers game. And the only reason I say that is I'm getting sus about the StreamYard picker.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's been weird. And the only reason I say that is when I go to the UPS store, I think that I've never shipped to this person before. And I don't know real names a lot. I'm bad about that. I'm brain dead. But the UPS gal will say, oh no, you shipped to them before. And I'll go, So I don't know if it's, what's going on. But I think when we have small little gatherings, I would pick a number, but I have no way of knowing how many people are in here. I'm sure I should, but I don't. 48, okay. So what do y'all think about the numbers game? Is that a pain in the ass, or should I just do the StreamYard picker?
Hey, go old school, man. Numbers game still works.
But see, I used to hate the numbers game as a player.
Numbers game?
Yeah, we say pick a number between 100
Oh,
Zero.
yeah.
Zero.
That's,
Yeah, see, that's what I used to think. All right, we're gonna do
yeah,
the
no,
random
it's cool.
giveaway, and I'm gonna do it. This is an experiment.
Yeah.
That thing's cool. What is that though? Like what?
It is. It's called a Proelia. It's a.
Big
I
old
got it at Blade
talker.
HQ. Yeah, I got it at Blade HQ. Deep hollow. And it's PRO, and the O's got like a cross through it. ELIA. And they make these big old honking knives.
Huh.
And I want to say I got this for under $150.
Edge on. Wow.
But it is a huge knife. And again, in honor of Doom, that's what we're going to give away. So I'm going to pull up.
Is Commando a color, Gary?
That's like a camouflage, isn't it?
Yeah. Where'd you
Wish
get
I had them.
Where'd you get
I
the
ordered
Moonrays?
some of those fancy underwear, and I got them in pink, bright pink, just for Gary.
I gotta open mine. The
The step one.
yeah, the step ones.
Yeah.
I got them out. I haven't opened them yet.
Mine are all from Me Undies.
These guys, Stevie.
Yeah, where'd you get that?
These guys.
I've not seen that pattern before.
No?
No.
Very interesting company, actually. Rock,
Yeah?
paper, scissors. And they do not charge you for a handkerchief. They only charge for the shipping, and you give them what you feel you like giving.
Interesting.
And they do great work. Like, this is like a really soft, like high quality hank.
Nice.
It's just great. Yeah,
Yeah, I've never seen that pattern before.
awesome.
That's
Got, like,
cool.
a little
Send me a link to them.
honeycomb in the back. It's real soft and shit.
Nice.
Yes, sir. I knew you would like it.
All right, kiddos. And I'm not getting us off here. Thank you, Brandon.
Brandon Sutton has turned into a fucking clown somehow.
I appreciate you, brother. Gentleman and a scholar. So, I know it's hard to read my writing, even when it's typed. And I'm afraid this is going to be cap sensitive. So, what we're going to put in the chat while I collect comments is Semper Fi, capital FTW, for the win.
Oh, I thought it meant something else.
What did you think it
Something
meant?
about something about time people out.
You don't make
Simplify.
For the win. Short
Fortress
Guy's got it.
Guide.
Pretty Fly's got it. Mark
Time
Herrera's got
out.
it.
Wait,
Blade Ogre's got it. And y'all take your time putting that in there. I'm going to leave it up. But definitely thank Vince. I mean, I can't think of a more creative, awesome giveaway. I mean, for a knife person, holy shit. And while we wait, do y'all know how to use these angle readers?
I don't.
I don't either. And they've got a little instruction book that comes with it that shows you how. And I know Ben Peterson knows what he's doing, but I can't figure it out. Because what
Yeah, I
it
gotta go look
says,
at
I don't know
that
if y'all
over
can see it, but what it says is you're supposed to put the grind against one edge of these angles, and you don't put it down in the slot all the way. You can position it to the top, but it's supposed to make the blade go to a 90-degree angle when you hit the right angle. I've never found a blade that fits like that. And I can't imagine something with those angles on them. They look like hatchet angles.
Where'd you get it?
It's a NAFCO. It's a Ben
Oh,
Peterson
yeah,
little,
okay.
little
Yeah.
titanium NAF ruler.
That titanium knife ruler. Get right.
The one that I can't read that I try to use in my giveaway or my videos, and I wish I had better eyes. It's me, not the ruler's fault. But under light, I can't read it. I have to tilt it a certain way, so I can't just throw it up to a knife and know what it's going to read. I know more of y'all want this Proelia badass thumper of a knife. It even comes with a little canvas sheet.
Nice.
I don't know if I'm going to ship the sheath because I put my 80-15 in it and it's on my waist basket or my shoulder bag, but who knows? It will come with some Javon stickers and other swag. I put swag packs together.
Nice.
I'm starting to get my groove. I went to the post office the other day and stole a handful of the flat rate boxes. And you're going, no, you're not stealing them. You're just helping the post office. No, because I take everything to the UPS store because I fucking hate the post office.
Helping the post office.
They'll even send them to you for free, no shipping.
Yeah, I know, but I just stopped by there because I felt kind of a little bit guilty. Doom broke out.
Guilty of what? What'd you do?
Javon's ripping off the post office.
What'd you do to the post office, Javon?
I'm taking their boxes and sending them UPS.
This is confession. This is late night show confession.
I'll send a few because every now and then I've had people win that have PO boxes, which I don't really find that suspicious because I guess I don't have a PO box, but I guess if I live, there are reasons I might have a PO box.
I'm considering getting a PO.
I'm considering getting one too.
Yep. I'm actually considering giving one. I mean, it's not a big deal giving out my address, I guess, but I ship a lot and mostly everybody I know. But I mean, even the people that are buying my balm and oil, I know. So it's not a big deal. But
this,
I've got to order some more of that. I'm getting low.
It's so good. Go.
It is good stuff.
So tasty. So tasty.
And Stevie's a master marketer because when he was telling me on a live stream that the oil's for your skin and then the beard balm's more for shaping your beard, I've just doubled up on my amounts.
I'm telling you.
I love it.
Look, some people say you can't drink it, it's toxic, whatever.
It's not, though. It's all food safe.
It's all organic, man. This stuff tastes so good.
And Vince, you got the unscented, so I mean, I wouldn't.
It still tastes good,
but you can.
It still tastes good.
There's nothing. There's nothing in it that would actually, unlike the argan oil that's in it. People actually cook with argan oil sometimes.
So, can you make an iced tea flavor? Because I really like iced tea. And I think that would work out really well.
And how about lemonade?
No, I'm not too crazy about lemonade. Iced tea, please.
Iced tea, please.
Yes.
Okay, let me work on that for you, Vince.
Thank you.
Stevie, the lemon does not make the dog sneeze, by the way.
No?
The dog likes the lemon.
Nice.
Big fan.
How was it? I always like to ask people, was it too potent, not potent enough?
Oh, it tastes great, buddy. It's just right.
That's always what that's always my... I like to go a little on the heavier side, but then I get the people that go, hey, next time I order, could you dial it back?
Now,
you know?
Do you know how crayons taste? Like, can you relate to that?
I can put flavors with the color because I've got a interpretive mind.
Right. Well, they do taste different. It's not just wax, like they'll have you believe, right? Like the different colors do taste different.
The white I cut up and use it to cleanse my palate in between colors.
Right. So, I was having a thought. Not crayon flavored, because that's a little too on the nose, but something that you could dip your crayons in that would go well with them. So I'm wondering if you know, like if you eat a lot of crayons.
No, first off, what's considered a lot?
Like 20 a day.
Oh, I definitely don't eat a lot of crayons.
No.
I have had a can or two in my day.
Okay, so
But-
you know what it tastes like then. Well, can you make a flavor where we could dip it and it'll accentuate the crayon flavors?
I'm gonna have to create a whole new product category just for Vince. Yeah, Vince, wouldn't you rather have a Chick-fil-A sauce flavor?
Yes, I want that too. Yes. A Chalupa Supreme flavor would be good too.
Vince just wants to just. I'm gonna start sending those little malt wooden spoons, that come affixed to the side of like a frozen malt.
Yeah, like the wooden ones.
Yeah. I'm gonna start including a little.
Those are good.
I'm gonna start sending one of those with my balm every time I send it to Vince.
I know more of y'all
Those
wanna
spoons
get in
are
on
really
this call.
tasty.
Oh, Vince even eats the spoons.
I'd come up with a real funny flavor and I forgot it.
You don't waste food. Where I grew up, man, you don't waste food.
Little sandalwood.
Yeah.
Y'all throw Semper Fi for the win in there. I know there are more of y'all in here that are in the comments. And this is a cool knife. I was hesitant. That's why I was gone for so long. Because I was like, do I really want to give that away? I've never beat the shit out of this knife, and I've wanted to. Because it's like a feather sticking, batoning.
Yeah, it's a big boy.
It just feels so good in the hand. You want to see a big boy? I think I've shown you all this. My buddy, Ab, who's behind me there, sent me this knife.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. You showed us that. That's awesome.
Called
This
the Big
boy.
Boy.
It's big.
And dude, it's
Oh,
slicey.
yeah. Wow.
It's a two-hander
That's
for me.
Oh,
That's life.
you know
It's
what?
like a little mini sword. I've chopped bamboo with it in the
You know what?
backyard.
I'm gonna grab something because I do have something like
Ooh.
that.
Cool.
This is the biggest one I haven't reached. Formax. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's your Formax? I love
Yeah.
my Formax. I sent
You
so
gonna
bad.
manage some Amazon boxes.
Look at. I hope you do, Gary. I really do hope you win it, buddy, because you would love it. I mean, it is just a banger. It's a chopper, but it's also a slicer. Let me see if I can find some paper. Y'all chat amongst yourselves.
Wait, he said he's gonna throw it on the ground.
Oh, Gary. Let's see. Where is my... I'll be right back.
I don't know if y'all watch my videos, but I've been using poo-poo and ammo sheets to try to do my cut tests because I got a lot of people on my shorts. Uh-oh. I'll put an edge on it before I ship it. Well, no. I just was giving it holder error. What's up in there? Yeah, it's slicey. And I'll strop it up. But it reminds me of an 8010 with a liner lock. And there goes my poo-poo and ammo on the floor. Now that spine whack is a thing, you can spine whack this. Budget Blade Review, have you put in Semper Fi FTW for the win? It's got no lock rock, no side to side. Let's see if that's T8s all the way around. I think that might be a 210 for my pivot. Hold on. Chicka Slim Shady. Probably the set of twin babies in a Mercedes Benz with the windows up and the tent goes up to the mid 80s.
Here's my biggest knife.
Ooh. Is that a dagger?
It is. This knife was made in Indonesia. My grandparents got it when they lived in Indonesia.
Awesome.
That is awesome.
Pretty sure that's ivory.
Is that a hook at the end of it?
Yeah. It's the funkiest thing ever.
I'm sure it's got a purpose, though. I mean, it looks very designed.
It's crazy. So
It's like a pig sticker to me.
There's Tim. He's back.
When they lived in Indonesia, they came home with all sorts of stuff for us. And I was like maybe 11, and they had got me one of these. And I had it forever. Like, I literally would cut through blackberries with this thing, to make forts, and I did everything with this knife. And then one day, I was 19 or 20 years old, I had it on me. I was crossing a sketchy part of a river, and I had a feeling we were going to need extra help. So my buddy had already made it across on this log. Said, "Hey, I'm going to toss you this so you can cut down a branch." I knew I wasn't going to make it. Cut down a branch so you can help me across this log. I said, "I'm going to throw you this. You're going to catch it, right?" I said, "Yeah, of course I'm going to catch it." I said, "Dude, I do not drop this." And it was the most comical. He fumbled it, and into the drink it went. And I lost the knife. And it sucked. And I was freaking so pissed. Well, when my grandparents died, when my grandpa finally died a couple years back, going through their estate, they found they found another one, and they all knew that I was devastated when I lost mine. So I ended
I'm
up
making
getting
you
this
big
one.
for 1 second so I can get a better look at it.
But so this is not the original one, but it's it comes in this
Take it out one more time. Let me get you solo.
comically bad leather sheath, but
Oh, it's got a saw blade on it too.
yeah. Who knows what the steel is? I mean, you can see it's marked for Indonesia. I mean,
Is the hole for disarming people? Is that what that hole's for?
dude, I got no clue.
To hook? I think it's for knife fighting. You get their blade stuck in there and they lose their...
Take it from them.
I think it's very, very possible. I hope Vince didn't get abducted by aliens.
I kind of hope he did get abducted by aliens.
Dude, that's got a just pommel on it.
But
That looks like the pommel would go into a spoon, and then
Right.
that hook on the blade would go over a spike, almost like an old school bayonet attachment.
Ah, interesting.
maybe.
Lock it into a rifle.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have the lug there, though.
Well, the lug would come off the barrel of the rifle, and that would go into that hole on the blade, and then there would be a spring-loaded spoon that the butt of it.
Okay, I see what you're saying now.
And it would just lock in.
I've never tried to
Who knows?
research. I could do some research on this.
It looks like it's got some markings on this side, Stevie, does it?
It
Towards the...
says number 6, and then it's stamped Indonesia.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bet there's some history behind that if you were to dig into it.
But yeah, they came back with all sorts of stuff like this for me and some of the older grandkids.
Hey, Knife
Blowgun.
Life, Oreo Dave.
Yeah, all sorts of awesome stuff. Like I said, I had it was well used and abused for a good 10 years, and then I lost it, and then went another 15 years without having it. And then when they passed away, my mom found one in a trunk that they had.
That's just fake, dude.
So yeah, this is a near and dear. I love this knife. I've considered sending it to Joe to have a much nicer sheath done for it, but it's also part of the character knowing, like, I know this was literally some, leathersmith just trying to make ends meet,
Put it together.
But
that's part of the mystique of the knife.
Yeah.
Speaking of knives, if you guys put Semper Fi for the win, FTW, in the chat, in about 5 minutes, we're going to draw for this Proelia, which is probably going to be, I'm guessing this weighs 13 ounces. Maybe less. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not good at that. It might weigh only 5. Fuck, I don't know.
So perfect for EDC is what you're saying?
Yeah.
It's a chunker. And I'm trying to see what my plunge grind does. I've been watching Jared. And it's a little misleading. If you can see with the plunge, it comes about, there's a couple of good sharpenings in there. And if you'd like, I will either sharpen it on my TS Prof or just strop it and send it to it pretty sharp.
I started stropping today with Lacey's diamond emulsions.
Eddie, what grit did you get?
I got the 1 and the 9.
Okay.
So,
I usually get this. Jared had told me as an all-around, which the 9 would be good. He recommended I get a 6 back before Lacey was around. I got some gunny juice, and I've been really impressed with it.
The first thing I used it on was my Dapper. I know I needed to just tune it up a little bit, and so I got the Lancelot leather ugly strops and a couple passes, and just like you would expect, brought it right back to life. I like my edges a little bit toothy, and
so that 9 should be about perfect.
Yep. But yeah, I brought it right where I need it, right where I like it.
I love this new Dapper.
You can tell I've been testing because I'm missing patches of hair on my arm.
I see that.
So I have good news, guys. I have good news from one person in the chat. Is Patina still in here?
I think so.
Yeah. Patina, I found something we were talking about earlier, and I'll ship it out tomorrow for you. Hold on 1 second. Turn down the light.
It didn't grow out of cash yet, does it?
Can't see what he's showing because he's hidden underneath the comments.
Oh,
let me unhide him. I'm sorry. I had to get Edgy American since he's been out fellatiating bulls, collecting mouthfuls of semen.
Starmascus.
Starmascus.
Let me stop sharing and make you big, Vince, and then we'll do our drawing. Hold on a second, brother. Don't give up on me. I'm slow because my mouse is blocked.
I've been trying to find a sheet of Starmascus material to make stuff out of.
Dude, that looks like it glows.
It does.
Yeah.
It's really light in here, so you can't see. If it were darker, you could absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's badass, dude. That looks like it's from outer space.
So this is going to Mr. Turner tomorrow.
Nice. Patina Turner, there he is. He said, you found it, Vince?
I found it. I was looking for something else, but I found that. And also for the giveaway, I found, what do I show first? I found this, okay, so probably not a lot of people follow him in here, but Blackwater Machine Company, I believe, and they do all kind of stuff. He was a part of Kennison that left the team. Daniel, and he's brilliant on the CNC machines, and yeah, he makes drivers, really nice ones. Let me turn the light back on. So this is another crazy moment that I'm actually putting this up in giveaway, because yeah, so putting this up, it is full titanium.
That's wild.
Dang, dude.
Driver.
That's beautiful, dude. What's his company's name? Is he on Instagram?
Blackwater Machine Works, I believe.
Blackwater.
Yeah. And he was one of the founding members of Kennison, who, when they had creative differences, he left the band.
It happens.
And now he's kind of doing his own thing. And yeah, he does drivers. He does like really funky ones with resin, you know, that look really cool. I'm sure you've seen them.
Blackwater Machine Works. I found him on Instagram. Yep. Let me pull him up and show everybody while you show that off. Let's give him a little promotion. I'm gonna follow him.
He actually has a full Starmascus driver that I had at one point, and I let it go like an idiot. It was the first one ever made, and oh man, it was beautiful. Yep. So yeah, I'm gonna put this up on the giveaway too. So this will be winner number 2. We'll get this.
Y'all put in the hashtag Vince Simplify FTW, and I'll put it back up on the screen in 1 second. Let me share Blackwater's Insta, Blackwater Machine Works, where that killer screwdriver is coming from. Tell me if y'all can see that.
Scroll down and see if you can see the Starmascus one.
Tell me when I get to it, Vince.
Let me see. Keep going.
Hold on a second. I'm trying to get to my mouse where I can actually make shit happen. Here we go.
Go.
Hey, look at that little knife.
Keep it going. Yeah, he's also trying to make a knife right now. Not sure who he's gonna do it himself or.
Look at those drivers, though, guys.
Yeah, he does excellent work.
Wow. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to get sidetracked.
No problem.
I just realized I'm muted. Yeah, he's awesome. I've had my eye on him for a while. The resin ones are awesome.
I think it's coming.
Yeah, the Ultim one?
No, keep going. Oh, yeah. There it goes. Back up. Boom, right there. Yep.
Look at that, guys.
Boom, shakalaka. I had that bad boy.
Did you eat it?
In a moment of stupidness, I let it go.
He's got an awesome freaking dog. And when I like it, this is my John W.E. account. So it's not, for some reason, I switched my account because I had a personal account, and all my friends were starting to think I was losing my mind, and I was getting tired of them because I was posting knives all the time. So I was able on my phone from my John W.E. 1999 account or whatever my main account is, I was able to set up the John or J.W. Evans Knife Attic light. But on a desktop, I can't get to it. I can only get to my
desktop
regular page. And when I go switch, it wants me to add a freaking account.
Yep. I have that same problem trying to switch. I can switch back and forth, no problem on app, but when I try to do it on desktop, so I have my Said Stevie account, and then I also admin EDC Roundtable.
Right.
So on my phone, I can switch back and forth, no problem. But on the desktop, I cannot switch them back and forth.
I know, that's frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, and I even Googled it, and Google told me that there's not an easy way to do it on desktop. And what I've learned, because I'm in digital marketing, that's what I do, but ads do not show up on Instagram desktop. Instagram will not allocate any ad revenue to desktop viewers because less than 2% of their viewers access it on a desktop. It's a mobile app.
Okay.
So I was surprised to find that out. Maybe that's why the desktop experience is lackluster. Johnny Quesadilla, y'all throw Semper Fi, and the F is capitalized, and then capital FTW in the chat. We're about to do a drawing for the Pro Ilia honking.
Little dinner real quick. Little snacky.
Oh, let me close it.
Snacky snack.
Bloop.
I wonder if Tippy likes these.
No, is that the little soupy things?
Yeah.
She, I've tried to get her those because she loves Sheba, but she's crazy about the little Temptations. That's
Yeah,
really all she likes.
Temptations are like crack.
Yeah, Temptations. If I ship the bag right now, watch this.
Click.
Watch this.
What's up, Twine Thing?
Y'all ready to draw? Poor Ashley, my German Shepherd's over here because she also eats cat food. Like if Tippy doesn't finish her Sheba, Ashley will sit over here and bark. Here you go. Where's your cat treat? All right, guys, I'm getting ready to draw. Is everybody in that wants in? JN, what's up, brother? Juggling Ninja. Temptations is crack for cats.
Yeah.
But Tippy is still sleeping. She's slipping through it.
What's
Tip,
up,
tip.
Ninja?
Have you tried greenies?
Yes.
Greenies are worse than Temptations. Like, I mean, they will go through hell and back to get those.
There she is.
They will kill a man to get those.
You know the truth, and I'm a cat guy. I've got a cat and I've got a dog. And the cat was actually raised by the dog. So the cat thinks she's a dog. But if Grateful Panic wasn't here and I were to pass away, it would be probably 12 hours before the cat started eating me because she realized I was passed away. Where Ashley, the German Shepherd, would starve to death laying by my body or what was left of it.
That's because cats are smarter.
They are. I mean, they figured it out. There's Tip. All right, y'all ready to draw for the... We got 42 inches. That's pretty good. Y'all ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good luck, everybody.
Good luck, guys.
Button.
Look at the Irish to ya.
Demonok!
Nice.
Absolutely.
Wow, Demonok is
win.
cleaning up.
All right,
Also,
Demonok. You can either hit me up on Instagram. I think you got my IG, but I'm going to also put in the email address here if I can remember to type. Does my screen just shake when I type?
Demonok is cleaning up. He wants some stuff on yours, Stevie.
Let me tell you something. Karma
Yeah,
comes back around. Demonok deserves it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Demonoc.
Shout out Demonoc.
That's
Thank you
awesome,
so,
man.
Max. I
Congrats.
appreciate your support, brother. You too, Jeffrey and Steve Copperlight. And I'm stoked that Demonoc won. What I'm going to do while we're all sitting here is I'm going to grab my little field notebook because I have no brain. And I'm going to go Metal Monday Light. And it will go out this week, Demonoc. I will not make you wait. But it probably will not go out till Friday because I'm traveling for the next 3 days, which sucks. I've got to leave here at like 6 o'clock in the morning. But since you won, I will include the sheath that's on my shoulder pack that I put my 8015 in. I don't mind doing that. I want you to have it, and I'm glad you won. Awesome.
Yeah, Demonoc's a good dude.
He absolutely is. And he's a very patient dude, and I won't go into details, but he deserves it. And just reach out to me, brother, with your address, and I'll get this out to you on Friday. With some swag. With some channel stickers. Where'd you go, Chip? There you go, baby.
He just won not that long ago. Star Mask Speed stack.
What's that, Stevie? Is that your new Fair & Forge?
No, this is a attention to detail custom prototype.
Ooh.
It's got a Hinderer clip on it, but this
It's
is
got a sick grind.
This is Steve Clare's. He picked this up at Blade Show West. Attention to detail. I've never heard of them, but I think they're out of Missouri.
ATTN number 2 detail, right? ATTN
Yeah.
number 2 detail.
Yep.
I see them on USA Made Blades, and I don't know if you guys are like me, but I missed out today, and I'm glad I did because I couldn't have afforded it, but I would have gone for it. That's awesome. Look at that grind.
Yeah, the grind's sick on it, man.
So are you pleased with it?
Yeah. So this is Steve Clare, Stephen Clare. I don't know if are you here tonight? Stephen Clare. He turns out after meeting him through the channel, he only lives like 15 minutes from me, and so and he's a big U.S. And into customs. He picked this up at Blade Show. This is I forget what model it is. Prototype, one-off. But
wow.
Yeah, it's nice, man. It's they did a really good job on it. It
looks less Georgie to me, but I don't have a very good eye for detail.
Wait. Hold on one second. Red Wolf says about he's a liar. Ignore anything Red Wolf says about A2D. He's a liar. Oh, I thought he was saying Red Wolf owns A2D. I was like, what? Doesn't.
I've never heard of what Kyle has to say about Red Wolf, or what Kyle has to say about A2D.
Well, I mean,
thanks, Demonoc. Congratulations, buddy. You're gonna like this knife. Believe me, I stayed back in my room wondering if I should give it away because it is a great hoss of a knife.
Yeah,
hopefully you'll put it to loot.
He changed it to Bloody Finger EDC or something, right? Steve Clare did.
Yeah, I think he was asking in one of the chats how he could do that, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's right. Well, just got a text from him. Yeah, Steve Clare is awesome, by the way.
Yeah, he is.
I also just found out. Oh yeah, he's donated. He donated the backspacer to your McNeese giveaway, and I think I don't know, but yeah, he's a great dude. I also just found out. I don't know if you guys follow him on Instagram or not, but stiff.d.tent, stiff d-tent. He lives like 2 minutes south of Steve, and which is now like 17 minutes from me. So over the last couple months, I've been meeting local guys, which is awesome.
It's awesome.
That is too awesome.
Damn.
I'm just looking at what
Yeah, Jason's
there-
got some.
there's a. That was Jeff's knife. That look. This the Bearded Doom #2, which is what Boz is going to look like. And it's so cool because when I unbox it, he's got this Kydex sheath, and then it comes with 2 patches, and then on the back side of it, it had Doom #2, and it had the date, and it had Jason's signature on it with a Sharpie, which I just thought was cool as shit.
Yeah, I know for a fact I'm
Look,
gonna
does
end
this
up.
look familiar?
Yup, that's it. I
at
know
that.
I know for a fact I'm gonna end up with a couple.
Oh God, I mean, they feel so great in the hand. I mean, I just can't tell you. Look at that one with that carbon fiber.
Yeah. And it really is. I like a nice. I've been really. It's Joe's clip slips that have made me start carrying a fixed blade more, because I don't like the scout carry. I'm not a big. I don't mind Kydex for my pistol.
That's mine.
I'm just not a Kydex pocket, sheath fan. And Joe's clip slips slide into your pocket just like a normal knife would, just like a folder would. And,
See, that's
I much
exactly
prefer
my
a scout
jam.
clip or a scout carry.
I love the
Hopefully, you
pocket
could make
clips.
some for me. I'm hoping. He has
Here's-
time.
Here's the one that I got from my Bradford Guardian with the now it's got the exclusive Lynch Northwest clip on
I
it.
love it. I love it.
So
Let me make you big real quick, and I want to see the texture of that sheath because I've got to give him some direction. I've got to reach back out to him. He hammers that, right?
Oh yeah.
I see you put the micarta 3D scales on yours, or did it come like that?
No, I ordered this one like that.
Dude, I traded Shane a knife, and his had the texture G10,
Uh-huh.
and this is the Rex 45. And I ordered these scales, and it comes with bits. I shattered both the fucking bits. I ordered a pack of 25 bits and a soldering iron from Amazon. Waited 2 days, shattered 11 of the 25 bits
What?
as I heated it up. Because I couldn't get these damn. Luckily, when they send you scales, they don't only send you hardware, they send you these barrels and these little spreader bit hardware with it. Because my old hardware that's with the G10 scales is marred up. I mean, these would not come out. They were Loctited like nothing you've ever seen. Let me make you small again, so you're
Oh,
right.
okay. That's weird. That's really weird.
Yeah, I mean, I've done paramilitary 2s, but this was by far the toughest scale removal and swap that I've ever done.
That's crazy. And they're just spanner bits, right?
Yep, but they're Loctited with concrete.
Oh.
Hey Javon, that share that I just put up there is my.
Oh, let me grab it. Yeah, ooh,
That's my J Cal with the Lancelot kind of Joker themed.
Yeah. That's
so sick, dude.
It's cool leather.
I love the color variation between that Tiffany blue strap and that purple
No, that's
sheet.
nice. That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I paid him for the sheath today, so hopefully it will be in my possession here in the very near future.
That is the bomb diggity, dude.
I
And
think
then-
that's the same.
Here,
That's the same colors I would request. That's
Check
nice.
check this thing out, man.
Hold on, let me get you big.
Alicord, for my 1K, she sent a few things in, a couple zipper pulls and whatnot, and in there she knew that I loved the purple, and without knowing, look at the bead.
Sorry.
Look at the bead that's on this thing. Is
Is it one of those?
Is that not perfect for Jason?
That is
Yeah.
Jason
Right.
all the way around, dude. That is a perfect J-Cal knife. That'll go
Every
so good
video
with
that
it.
he sends out, he always ends it up with his little yeet.
Oh yeah, that's always been his thing, man.
So that's going to go perfectly with that knife.
I don't know if y'all saw Satu's video on Sunday. That's one of my favorite all-time things is to watch Satu's little rant videos on Sunday. But this past Sunday, and I was talking to Jason last week, and he was talking about his collection, like all the Medfords he's owned and stuff. And said I didn't know Jason, but I hadn't been in the community that long. But I didn't know him until the Gripper came out. But when I was watching his Satu Sunday rant where he was showing small knives in his collection, he considers the Medford Infraction a small knife. But he was saying, yeah, I got this from Jason Grant. Y'all might know him from the Grant Gripper, that this is before he ever designed knives. Jason's just like us, you know, he's a knife guy, which I do think of, you know. Jason is definitely
oh yeah, I got
a knife guy.
Way back when he's who I got my I bought this from him way back when. That's how I tracked down the first Roxy.
And that was how he said he got rid of a lot of his collection to get the Gripper off the ground.
Yep. Before he got the Gripper going, he was having sales. And I was following Jason, just, you know, he was a dude that I was already following. You know, Brass Brigade was someone that I had followed for a while, paid attention, and then Satu. I started paying more attention to Satu, and he had brought Jason up on something because they knew each other. Started going back and forth with Jason a little bit, and then the Gripper came out, and he's actually I probably only had like, I don't know, 150 subs back then, and he's the first person that ever was like, "Hey man, do you want to check out this prototype?" And I'm like, dude, I'm a nothing of a channel. He's like, I don't care. I've known you for a while. You want to check it out?
Dude, like, I'm telling you, he is.
Yeah, Jason was the first person that ever sent me something to check out, you know? And super awesome.
Yes, District 9 is on its way out to Jason now.
Jason's reviews were always great, you know? And that's why I still say, you know, he got me, you know, saying sleazy all the time, you know. But then the really cool thing was when I did pre-order the Gripper. When they came in, randomly out of the blue, got a phone call, and hello, hey, is this Stevie? Yeah, hey, it's Jason. And I'm like, okay. He's like, Jason Grant. I was like, oh, hey, what's up, dude? He's like, hey, man, don't you have a thing with like number 42 or something? It's like, yeah. He's like, do you want number 42 Gripper? It's like, yeah, dude. And he's like, right on, dude. It's yours. So
that's so awesome.
Yeah.
And he remembers that. I mean, because he's big into numbers. He keeps number 13 for him.
Right.
You know? And for him to know that and to reach out. He also told me last week, or I forget when it was, but he was going to do your live and he's going to do it. Did he reach out to you?
He was going to, and his
sister-in-law was in town, and he was like, "Dude, I just feel," and I was like, "I'll just reach out. Stevie he has several spots, a couple spots a week, and I'll let him jump on any freaking time." Yeah. I said, any Friday night you want to come on and show your stuff to me, I think the community wants to see it. I mean, I would think it'd be a disservice not to let you show off your shit because he's so passionate about it. It's so cool.
Yeah. And he's a nice dude. He's been on the live stream a couple of times, and he's just an awesome guy.
Hey, listen, I hate to butt in. I'm gonna call it.
I gotta get going myself.
We got to get going, all of us, because I've got to drive out of here at about 6 a.m., which is 6 hours, and I'll be up for 2 more hours. Hopefully, I'll sleep tonight.
Yeah,
but guys,
for me.
Y'all, I'll let you start, Ian, saying your goodbyes. You hadn't said much tonight. We hadn't heard any stories of people you made cry or anything. I'm sorry, dude. I talked too much.
I didn't even get to show off my new knife. You guys wouldn't shut up long enough.
Let me make you big. Let me make you big. Dude, that is a...
I freaking like this knife a lot.
I like that. That's
Knoll Knives Raiden.
The
Knoll Knives Raiden. Yeah. Can't get it to focus, but I think it's freaking rad. I put in a set of skips while you guys were chatting, so...
No,
It's
no.
freaking awesome, though.
What else have you gotten, dude? Because that's usually the biggest part of Metal Mondays to see
But-
what's shown up at Ian's house over the week.
Can you show the clip on that? I like the clip. I like the way it swoops like that.
Yeah, everything about this night is freaking awesome. I thought it'd be uncomfortable, but it's not. With the kind
I
of
love the
angular
blade.
edges
I
and
love
stuff,
that
but-
coon.
Yeah, it's so freaking nice. I've been crushing on this one though.
Did you get in on the voodoo also?
I haven't, no, but I keep my eyes out.
Did you get anything else cool, buddy?
I don't know if I showed this one. I love this one too. I think
Oh yeah, your wingman.
The
That's
wing.
that
Yeah.
in the jungle green.
yeah, I love this thing too.
Yeah, I've been.
Yeah, for blade
You
shape.
guys has been taunting me with those after I saw yours.
Them's on here.
Oh, you got the Zon.
Week or so, yeah. A couple weeks ago, maybe.
Very nice.
Sweet.
Nicely done, dude.
Very nice.
Well, Vince,
Doom, before you go, Doom, did you still got that aquatic?
I do.
You do? Let me know if that thing comes available.
It is. It's been available, man.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, how much you want to pay
I'll
for
have
it? Send me a message.
Okay, I'll hit you up.
Sweet.
But this is my newest, and I freaking love it.
hold on, let me make you big.
Oreo Dave commissioned me a Forrest Hanks flying spaghetti monster hanky. It says 1,000 subs on it.
Oh man,
That's awesome, man.
It's so
That's
cool.
nice.
I got that, and I just renewed my ordination packet that came with a flying spaghetti monster coin
Sweet.
that has the pirate fish bones on the back. Super cool.
night,
Yeah,
Jane.
Man,
That's
that's
it for
awesome,
me.
man. Shout out to Oreo Dave.
Yeah, Oreo Dave.
Oreo Day's a rock star. I mean, y'all are all rock stars in your own way, and I'm so stoked that I get to bump into some of you guys in Atlanta. I won't be there late. Y'all are gonna be tired of seeing my little ass chasing y'all around.
Oh, I'm getting there real late, man. I'm flying home. I'm flying home from Grand Cayman into Miami on Wednesday. Then that'll put me back to my house probably 10 at night. And then I'm going to load up the bike and then leave out at like 5 in the morning, assuming that my flight doesn't get bumped. I'm going to load up at like 5 in the morning and ride up to Urban Woodsman's place
Oh,
in Georgia, which is like another 4-ish hours on the bike.
Bless you.
Link up with him and then ride the remaining, I think, 3 to 4 hours up to Atlanta. So we'll get there. I'm probably going to take a damn nap by the time I get there.
I'm coming in late, later Wednesday, and then chill all Thursday. Probably go to the show later on Friday. Let it the craziness of the first day die down a little bit.
I'm hoping I can get you up to LJ one night and get a group of us up there
I'm hoping so.
around the fire. I know it's a long drive, but there's plenty of places to bunk up there. But it sucks to have a room and not sleep in it. But hell, Grateful Panic showed up out there at 5 o'clock, and I let him in the gate. So it's not like, it's an easy drive. It's just a drive.
I
But
might
sitting out by the creek, huh?
I might just skip a day of Blade Show. I might skip Saturday and just get on the motorcycle and go ride the mountains, man. I have my bike up there.
Well, I can put you in the right spot. And what we did last year is Saturday, because the guy I was with has kind of bad knees and he got tired the first day. So we held back Saturday and didn't come in till about lunch. So he would stay some in the pit, right?
Yeah.
And we put a grill together and did some shit like that. But yeah, I definitely want to, like I say, I'm going for the people. Even if I have to hang out, if I'm crashing y'all's places to hang out late, I'll drive back late.
I booked a room from Thursday through Monday, like a block from the event. So
That's awesome.
I mean, I'm all for going and hanging out wherever.
Well, guys, I appreciate everything. I'm gonna let everybody out of here because it's late and we all got to crash so we can be productive for the rest of the week. But I love you all, and I hope you look out for the guy to your left, the guy to your right. Look out for each other. Keep loving your heart, guys. Move forward with love, debate, not hate. Stevie, Vince,
Love y'all.
Stu, Ian,
Take care.
I love all you guys.
Having me on.
Later, guys. It was fun.
Deuces.